It's exciting Indiana high school football on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Tonight's broadcast is driven by Greg Hubler Ford and brought to you by Werner Financial, by Universal Roofing, by The Mower Shop, Genesis Sports Performance, Peterman Heating and Cooling, and by Dreyer Reinbold Infinity. Indiana high school football on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Broadcasting live from Yorktown High School, this is IndianaHighSchoolSports.com, bringing you tonight's matchup of the visiting Greenfield-Central Cougars and the Yorktown Tigers. My name is Colin Eccles, joined, as always, by my partner in crime for the evening, Mr. Vince Reimer. It's Week 7 of Indiana high school football, and coming into this year, Yorktown was a top 15 team in Class 3A after a deep postseason run to regionals where they would lose to Chittard. Now, out of the top 15, Yorktown has seemed to get things back on the right track after a little bit of a slow start to their season.
Yeah, the Tigers, they got off to a good start winning the first two games of the season by wide margins. Week 1 was against Anderson, and it was a 55-6 win, and then another 50-point performance in their Week 2 game against Muncie Central, 50-7. So those two losses would follow in Weeks 2 and 3 against New Pal, 30-22, and then Delta as well. We were there for that game, 22-14.
Yorktown picked back up to get the wins in Week 5 and 6 against Newcastle and Shelbyville, bringing them into tonight on a 2-game win streak. Well, they'll look to keep that streak alive against Greenfield-Central, who sits currently as the 8th-ranked team in Class 4A for the state of Indiana. Only one loss on the year so far for the Cougars came last week against New Pal, 21-14. One of the teams that beat Yorktown as well, but they kept it close for both these sides.
Yeah, this is going to prove to be a tough challenge for both sides of the field tonight. Greenfield-Central, they've taken some of the tough opponents in the likes of Mount Vernon and Pendleton Heights, and they kept it close with New Pal last week. But seeing Yorktown keep it close with strong opponents as well in New Pal and Delta means that they shouldn't be counted out by any means by Greenfield-Central.
There's going to be a battle at the quarterback position tonight that I think is going to be very key to watch. For Yorktown, it's senior Mason Moulton. For Greenfield-Central, junior Dallas Freeman. Both these guys have some incredible stat lines coming into this matchup. Should be nothing short of exciting to watch tonight.
Yeah, I think impressive stat line is a little bit of an understatement for these two quarterbacks. Let's start with Dallas Freeman for the Cougars. He comes into tonight with a little over 1,200 all-purpose yards on the year, 847 passing and right around 400 rushing. And add 18 touchdowns to that and only 4 interceptions and a 111.3 QBR. He's going to be dangerous tonight for the Cougars. But on the other side, there's senior Mason Moulton. So he has right under 1,200 all-purpose yards on the year, 1,054 of those passing, as well as 13 touchdowns for him and 8 interceptions on the season. So both of these guys, without question, are going to be big pieces of their offense's success.
A triple-digit QBR coming into Week 7 of a high school football season is impressive without a doubt. Mind you, that is out of 158.3 total. The nice thing to see, though, is that neither of these two quarterbacks are going to be alone in terms of their offensive production. For the Tigers, 4 big names stand out. Running back Aiden Ewing and receivers Ephraim Dougherty, Cole Perdue, and Quentin Williams. They combined 20 touchdowns on the season, nearly 1,700 total yards of offense. It's going to be very important for Moulton to be able to use all of them as weapons, keep the offense spread throughout the field, and keep the production high right out of the gate.
Yeah, that's what we saw they were unable to do against Delta earlier in the year. The Cougars also have some additional names, 5 to be exact: Braylon Benavente, Cooper Hinton, Jake Hinton, Lane Waddle, and Kirk Nett. Basically, every other skill position other than Freeman on the field. They combined for 17 touchdowns and 1,500 yards. The Cougars will also need to spread the love tonight and make sure that everyone gets involved in order to have success.
And a little bit of an update on that. We were informed before the game that Braylon Benavente will not be playing tonight. He is currently not dressed. When we find out who his replacement is, we will get you updated on that as well. 2 explosive offenses going head-to-head tonight should make for an exciting matchup for you all. And we haven't even gotten to the defenses yet. Yorktown boasts 472 team tackles, 37 of those for a loss, 9 sacks, 8 interceptions, 5 fumble recoveries are also on the line for the Tigers. Landon Bradnick going to be a big name to watch. 64 total tackles so far this season and a sack. He is going to be a scary name coming out of that secondary for the Tigers. Another one as well at that, Wilson Webster, 47 tackles, 12 of those solo, 1 sack, and 3 interceptions as a linebacker. Those two making up that middle stronghold part of the defense for Yorktown. Going to be a big key in shutting down a strong Cougars offense.
Yeah, Yorktown's linebacking core is very impressive. The Cougars, on the other hand, only have about half the tackles with 364 total for the season. They have 6.5 sacks, 6 interceptions, and 4 fumble recoveries. So expect to hear the name Kirk Neck tonight coming out of the secondary. 23 tackles on the year for him. 4 of the team's total 6 interceptions. So I would expect him to be a big problem for Yorktown's passing game tonight.
Last year during Yorktown's big run into the postseason that ended in regionals, these two teams faced off, and it was Yorktown who came out on top. The final score of that game, 40-29, an 11-point win for the Tigers over Greenfield-Central. Obviously, Greenfield-Central, the number 8 team in Class 4A, only 1 loss on the season, coming in tonight 5-1, looking to reclaim that win and get back on the right side of this matchup. Going to be a tough one for sure, but what are going to be some of your predictions for this evening that's going to set Yorktown or Greenfield-Central apart from their opponent?
As far as the biggest key to the game, I would say it's Yorktown's defense and their ability to contain Greenfield-Central. They've been hot all year, and it's really impossible to hold them under 20 points. We really haven't seen anyone except New Powell hold them under 20. It would take an extremely impressive and team-driven effort in order to do that. So I expect Greenfield-Central to put up points. It's just a matter if Yorktown's going to be able to hold them under about 30 points this evening. That's my key to tonight.
For Greenfield-Central's offense, obviously that big key in Braylon Benavente is missing from this evening. 97 carries, 470 yards, a touchdown, and 1 100-plus yard rush game so far to his name this season. Someone's going to have to step up and do a job to fill that role tonight. The Cougars roll with 3 men in the backfield, a little bit of a full house formation, but 470 those total offensive yards gone, and a good average, too, at that, is going to be hard to replace. How important is it for quarterback Dallas Freeman to spread out, make sure his other backs are getting involved, and really making sure that his pass game is as on and as perfect as it needs to be with those 2 receivers going down the sidelines?
That's going to be probably the most important thing for Greenfield-Central, to just ensure that they're going to have points on the board and not struggle tonight. And they've done a good job of spreading things out onto the year. Not having Benavente is going to be a little bit of an issue, but they've got both Hintons, 8 touchdowns combined for both of them, and then you've got Waddle and Neck on the outside, 8 touchdowns combined between those two as well. So they have no issues spreading it out. The last time that we did see Yorktown, we saw a very cold second half by them. They really competed in the first half. Moulton looked good, threw a 50-plus yard touchdown pass. So also it's just going to be Yorktown's ability to play 4 quarters. You know, you see some teams look very connected and in sync for about one half or for part of the game. But it's something that separates the average teams from the great teams is being able to play a full 48 minutes, in this case, being high school football.
Lane Wadle for the Cougars offense, only 2 touchdowns on the year, 9 receptions for 101 yards. Very much so a short reception type of receiver when you're just looking to go for a little screen, a little hook on ladder route, something to that extent. Kirk Kinnett, on the other hand, 19 receptions, 410 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Going to be dangerous to watch for Greenfield-Central. Getting into the receivers for Yorktown, one of the big names that we said a lot of, Cole Purdue. He's got 14 receptions, 160 yards, only 1 touchdown so far to his name this year. But I think the bigger name, possibly the biggest name that we'll be seeing, other than Mason Moulton and Aiden Ewing coming out of the backfield, is going to be Ephraim Dougherty. 31 receptions, 405 yards, 5 touchdowns on the year. That connection between Moulton and Dougherty is going to be crucial in making sure they can keep this ball moving down the field at a quick and efficient pace and not have too many 3-and-outs.
Yeah, the good thing for Yorktown is their big play ability is super impressive. You've got Ephraim Dougherty, as you just mentioned, very reliable, 31 receptions, 405 yards, and 5 touchdowns on the year. So his big play ability in the open field is the most dangerous from the Tigers. But Aiden Ewing's a very reliable running back. He's able to take care of business when the passing game isn't going their way. So you really just have to be concerned about Yorktown spreading it out, making sure that everybody gets touches. But they've got speed and length on the outside. A lot of tall, lengthy receivers being Quentin Williams and Julian McKay. So they really won't have an issue as long as they can get the ball to him.
That is the one thing that I did notice, especially walking in as the teams were taking the field earlier tonight. The size matchup goes in favor of Yorktown. There are only 2 to the looks of it, 3 players on their offense under 6 foot, and that is Aiden Ewing at 5'11", center Caleb Ellis at 5'10", and right guard John Stanley at 5'11" as well. The size battle is going to be huge, especially down in the trenches with those offensive and defensive lines, but offense and defense for the Tigers going to be a pretty even matchup against that Cougars defensive line. Peyton Foley, 6'2", 200, Jake Van Oosdel, 5'10", 190, and Zach Blevins, 6'3", 215, going to be working in the trenches to pick up some more sacks for the defense. We just got a couple of minutes before we get to kickoff. We'll hear from a few of our underwriters. Make sure you follow us as well on the X app, INDHS Sports, for updates, clips of the games from Indianapolis and the Muncie area, and our website, IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Scan the little QR code to the side. You can sign up for live text updates so you don't miss a beat with your single favorite team. Coming up, a few words from our underwriters, and then we're back with kickoff of the Yorktown Tigers and the Greenfield-Central Cougars on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at GenesisSportsPerformance.com.
Candy, please.
Everyone want a free furnace? Here's one for you and you.
Walk the plank, Chad. Here's some candy, kids.
It's the final month to get a free furnace from Peterman Brothers. Visit PetermanHVAC.com to claim yours today.
Could I get one?
Sure thing.
The Mower Shop in Fishers is the one-stop shop for all of your lawn maintenance needs. We have a huge selection of Honda and Toro lawnmowers in stock and even more to choose from online. Plus, we carry parts and accessories with super fast shipping. Just need maintenance or repairs? We offer that too. And we'll even deliver. The Mower Shop, family owned for more than 20 years. Visit our showroom just west of State Road 37 in Fishers or shop online at themowershop.com.
We're back live at Yorktown High School on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. My name is Colin Eccles, joined by Vince Reimer for this matchup of the Tigers and the Cougars from Greenfield-Central. Talking about the O-lines a little bit off the air. You want to go back and look. Yorktown has a lot of work to do. We saw them earlier against Delta this season, and the big thing that really slowed down the offensive production for Yorktown was the fact that the defensive line for Delta getting off the ball much quicker, blowing up the offense, and creating a lot of havoc in that backfield.
Yeah, when I was talking about being able to play a full 48 minutes, 4 quarters of the game, one of the biggest things there is the play of the line and being able to hold up, because it doesn't matter how good your skill position players are. If that line doesn't hold up, they're going to have an incredibly difficult time executing their part. So these lines are going to be an incredibly interesting part of the game. I expect Yorktown to do better in holding their ground.
We're going to take a quick break for the national anthem. We'll be back with kickoff in just a couple of moments on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
The interior of an Infiniti is thoughtfully designed to be all about you. And by you, we mean every version of you. Because there's luxury you can feel, and there's luxury that lets you feel. Infinitely you. Experience luxury like never before in a 2023 Infiniti QX80 at your local Infiniti retailer.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
We're back live at Yorktown High School with hopefully no more interruptions before we get this game underway on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. My name is Colin Nichols, joined by Vince Reimer. If you're just now tuning in, we appreciate each and every one of you doing so. Big matchup tonight between the Yorktown Tigers and the Greenfield-Central Cougars. Yorktown started at the top 15 in the state for Class 3A, and Indiana at the beginning of this year have since fallen out with a record of 4-2. On that far sideline, though, you can see them in the white. Greenfield-Central 5-1 coming into the evening, ranked 8th in the state in Class 4A. Going to be a good matchup. Very exciting. Two highly explosive offenses, two very sound defenses as well. Could be a stalemate, could be a scoring shootout. I don't know, but which one would you prefer? Would you rather see the battle in the trenches and go back and forth and low scoring, or you want to see that score run up a little bit?
I would definitely want to see the score run up a little bit. You know, there's going to be some big defensive plays regardless, but I think, like you mentioned, Yorktown was ranked in the top 10 preseason, and this is still a very good team. People might not view them like that at the moment, but for them on senior night, playing a team that's touted as 8th in the state right now is a giant opportunity just to turn that narrative around and to really put some validation on your record and not go to 4-3. Having a record near 500 at this point for them doesn't really do them justice. So when we were talking right before we went to break for the national anthem, offensive line for Yorktown is going to be a huge deal. I think the skill position players can take care of their duties on the field. I think this line, though, is going to have to show us that they have a little more in the tank than they did last time.
The team captains headed to that Y, the Yorktown Y, at the 50-yard line for the coin toss. And as you can see on their screen, having that discussion right now. Whichever team comes out with the ball first is going to be very important that they get off to the right start. The fewer 3-and-outs, the fewer punts, the better. Points on the board every single drive, obviously the goal for every team, but especially in this one where you have an offense across the field from you that can do just as well. We've got the coin toss results. Greenfield-Central has won and elected to receive. Yorktown will kick off and take the ball in the third quarter. Greenfield-Central wearing that white and blue on your screen. The green and white obviously going to be Yorktown. Will be headed from your left to your right to start this first quarter. Greenfield-Central headed from your right to your left. Teams getting after it, and we are all set for our Week 7 matchup of Indiana High School football on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. In my opinion, one of the greatest times of the year for high school sports in Indiana is right now. It's our last game in September, too. So this year has gone by quick. We're about to be in October, arguably the most important month for all of these teams, getting prepared to head into the postseason and try and make a run for that IHSAA state title.
Yeah, this is the last week of September football, meaning the last bit of the real midseason grind. And what we were just talking about here is some pregame perspectives for Yorktown. This is a giant chance to get your best win of the year, some validation to put you at 5-2, really showing everybody what you're capable of. As for Greenfield-Central, this is going to be just an example of, you know, see if they can represent the same team that they've brought out on the field every single week so far, show some consistency, put up a lot of points. It's going to be interesting to see how Yorktown approaches this team who's been consistent all season long.
The kicker for the Tigers is listed number 80, Henry Weaver. Kicking will be Julian McKay in his place, the punter. And returning for the Cougars is number 9, Boston Willard, and number 22, Cody Smith. Two quick return men back for the Cougars. Very excited to get things underway here at Yorktown High School. Just moments away from the opening kickoff. We'll go ahead and throw the scoreboard up. The first quarter about to be underway between Yorktown and Greenfield-Central. McKay. First whistle is blown. Both teams getting into it. Here come the cheers from the Yorktown side. The kick is back. It is low and will take a hop all the way back inside the 5-yard line. Picking up to return is Boston Willard, and he is not going to get far at all. Looks like Greenfield-Central will start out on their own 17-yard line. First down and 10 for the Cougars.
Best case scenario. Very awkward kick there. Didn't think that he was going to let it slide all the way back to the 10, but regardless, great starting field position if you're Yorktown.
First down and 10 for the Greenfield-Central Cougars. Dallas Freeman, the quarterback, starts under center. Man in motion. And Freeman will hand the ball off to Jake Hinton. Hinton fighting forward, carrying the pile. Picks up 4 or 5 on the play. Second down and about halfway coming up for Greenfield-Central.
It's about what we expected to see on the first play call of the game there. Test the run, see how you're looking on the ground. And the Hinton brothers are going to be an issue tonight. Going to need to slow them down sooner than later.
2nd and 5 for the Cougars. Again, it's Freeman under center. Another man in motion is Hinton. Handoff going straight up the gut, and it will be enough for a first down. The carrier on that play, number 15, Dallas Freeman, so he didn't hand it off. He took it for himself up the middle. That is enough for a Cougars first down.
That's something we see Moulton do as well. That quarterback keeper is something that they keep in their playbook. Interesting call, but nonetheless, they know what they're doing.
Freeman under center. This time will hand off, and the carrier is going to be brought down after a pickup of just 2 on the play. Handoff to Peyton Foley, the carrier who will presumably replace Braylon Belavante for the evening.
We're seeing a lot of run selections here early on. They've got a lot of options as far as who's going to run the ball.
2nd and 7. Handoff again going up the middle to Foley. This time a little better on the run, maybe an extra 2. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 for Greenfield-Central. The first 3rd down that this offense has seen in this drive, in this game, and a big opportunity to come up with a stop for the Yorktown Tigers.
A little surprised they didn't test the pass on that attempt right there. 2 inside handoffs in a row, both stopped a little early. Big 3rd and 5 here for the Cougars.
Freeman under center. Puts Jake Hinton in motion. Run up the middle is going to be very close to the first down. Looks like it's going to be about a yard forward. And again, it's the quarterback keeper by Dallas Freeman moving the chains for Greenfield-Central.
Yeah, that was an impressive call. You could tell right there he did a great job faking the defenders out, kind of freezing time. So Greenfield-Central on their first drive of the game, they look very composed and just taking their time.
First down and 10. Now back in the gun for the first time is Freeman. Freeman back to pass. Fires a dart across the middle. It's complete to an open receiver. That is Boston Willard. And it'll be enough for another Cougars first down now at midfield. Hot start for Greenfield-Central. Moving this ball with great pace in the first quarter.
Yeah, I like the way this team looks. They can tell, they're relying on their offensive line. They have a lot of options whether they choose.
Freeman, another pass, and this time incomplete. The intended target, Lane Wadle, couldn't haul it in. Did hit him square in the numbers, though, and that is a big mistake on a first down and 10. Could be a 2nd down and 5 instead. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Cougs.
Yeah, a little mental error right at the point of execution, but no worries there. Everything's seeming to go well besides that, so Greenfield-Central back at a 2nd and 10.
Freeman in the gun. 2 to his left, 1 to his right with receivers. He's going to keep it for himself. Little triple option. Nice pitch. Going to Willard. Willard has room across the 35, and he'll be slung down at the 33. Well into Yorktown territory, though. That'll move the chains, and that was almost a bad play. But a great job by Boston Willard to turn that into something. Catches it one hand in the backfield. Takes it for a big pickup.
Yeah, that's the kind of play right there. That's all relying on instincts. Great instincts by Willard. Great reversal. Looked like they were going to have him down in the backfield, but he made something out of nothing.
First down and 10. Freeman back to pass. Short drop is complete. to Wadle on the far sideline. Going to be a pickup of 8 on the play. 2nd and 2 coming up for Greenfield-Central.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of mixing things up. We know they can run the ball here. Freeman almost coughed it up, ditching it to Willard on that last play. But this team very connected. A lot of choices for them.
2nd and 3. Wadle. Pitch to the left side. Taking that up is Foley. Foley has the edge, and he will be down inside the 15. Referees will spot him at the 14, but it's another first down for Greenfield-Central inside the red zone and nearing that goal line on their opening drive.
Yeah, impressive run there. They're doing a great job at the last second of deciding who's going to end up taking the ball when Freeman elects to ditch it off.
0-0 the score, 8 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Freeman to pass on the snap, fires to the end zone, and it is complete to Jake Hinton to put the first 6 on the board for either side, and it goes in favor of the Cougars. Drive number 1, resulting in a touchdown. Big start for Greenfield-Central.
And that was about as efficient and impressive of an opening drive that we've seen all season. They did a good job. After a few run plays went their way, mixed it up. A few good passes at the end of the drive, and right there, a touchdown. Dallas Freeman doing what he's done all season.
The PAT attempt will come off the foot of Aaron Lee for the Cougars. Lee getting set up in formation, gives his holder the okay. High snap is going to be taken by Aaron Lee for the 2-point conversion, and he's in. Make it an 8-0 lead for Greenfield-Central, and that is a hot start on the opening PAT to take that one to the house. Hurdles a defender and finds his way into the end zone. 8-0. Greenfield-Central leads over Yorktown on that opening drive.
Yeah, that right there was a little bit of a statement. When you go for 2 in the way that they did and you hop over the pile at the last second and punch that thing in as a special teamer, that means something right there. Very ballsy.
It'll be the return team of Yorktown looking to get things started and get their offense set up in a good position to try and respond on top of putting 8 on the board on the opening drive. A lot of clock chewed off for one drive. We've got just 8:27 left on the game clock in this first quarter after one drive from Greenfield-Central. They started from their own 17, worked their way 83 yards up the field to score a 14-yard pass from Dallas Freeman to Jake Hinton. Results in the 6, and then a 2-point conversion from place kicker Aaron Lee taking it to the end zone.
Yeah, we didn't see any big plays in particular on that drive, but Greenfield-Central taking a page out of the Oregon textbook, going for 2 early on in the game. 8-0 Cougars.
And Aaron Lee will be the one to kick it away for Greenfield-Central. High kick will be taken all the way back inside the 5. The return man for Yorktown, bringing it out to the 30-yard line, is number 15, Doherty. And that is where Mason Moulton and this Tigers offense will take the field for the first time tonight.
Yeah, if I was a Tiger, I would probably think that it's been forever since this game started. Probably felt like they kept me on the bench a while if I'm on offense. So it's going to be nice to see what Yorktown has coming into this game on offense.
First down and 10 for the Tigers from their own 29. Set up on that near hash. Huddle hasn't broken yet. It finally will. With 20 seconds left on the play clock. Shotgun formation for Moulton. He's got 4 receivers wide. 1 man in the backfield is Ewing. Man in motion is Doherty. And it's going to be a handoff up the middle to Aiden Ewing. And Ewing, a good run to start things off. 7-yard pickup. Makes it 2nd down and 3 coming up for Yorktown.
Yeah, very well-timed play. Good motion, good fakes. I like the idea there, really making it hard to read what they're trying to do. Good gain on the play of 8.
2nd and 2 coming up for the Tigers. Moulton again in the gun. This time trips to his left side, 1 to his right. Moulton hands off again up the middle to Ewing. Ewing bouncing to the far side, has the edge, has some green in front of him. Ewing to the 50-yard line, and he's going to be brought down. Looks like right at the 50. A first down pickup for the Yorktown Tigers, and 2 big runs to start things off for Aiden Ewing.
Yeah, it's starting to look like the script of game we were hoping to see. A high-scoring game could be on the horizon here. not much to tell as far as how Yorktown's going to perform, but so far so good as far as the Tigers look.
1st and 10, officials spot the ball at the 49. That was a 13-yard pickup for Ewing. Gun formation again for Moulton. Stacked receivers on each side. Another handoff going to Ewing, and this time he'll fall forward for just a couple. Looks like 2nd and 6 coming up.
Nice job of getting to the outside. Gain of 4 on the play. Yorktown's not messing around so far in terms of getting down the field.
7 minutes left in the first quarter. We got a score of 8-0 in favor of Greenfield-Central. Shotgun formation again for Moulton. 2 receivers on each side. Moulton hands off again to Ewing, who has had a lot of work this early, and he's going to be stuffed at the line. Flag down on the play, and coming in to make the stop is Peyton Foley for the Cougars defense.
Great job by the Cougars there of asserting themselves, making sure Yorktown knows they're not going to keep getting these big run plays easy.
Here comes the penalty call from the officials. No signal yet. And we will get the official call. It's going to be a personal foul, face mask against Yorktown. So the Tigers will march backwards 15 yards from the spot and have to redo 2nd down instead of a 2nd down in 7. Make that a 2nd down in 22.
That's a killer given how successful that drive was looking so far. So first time we've seen the flags come out tonight, and it's going to hurt them.
2nd and 22, still 2 downs to get it done for the Tigers. Breaking the huddle and headed back to the line. It's going to be Moulton in the gun. Could possibly see that first pass play for the Tigers offense. 2 receivers to the near, 1 to the far. Moulton hands the ball off to Ewing again. Every play going to him so far, and he is stuffed after maybe a half-yard pickup. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about a country mile for the Tigers offense. 6 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah, 3rd and 22, a long way to go here for a 1st down. Going to be interesting to see what they go with. Haven't thrown the ball yet for the Tigers.
Moulton will break the huddle and head out in the shotgun formation again. 2 receivers to each side. Moulton fakes the handoff, now passes across the middle. It's complete to an open man. That's Quentin Williams, and Quentin Williams will take it past the 1st down marker to the 40-yard line in Greenfield-Central territory. A big 1st down pickup for the Yorktown offense to get things started and keep the drive alive.
Yeah, I was surprised how Greenfield-Central looked so nonchalant and relaxed on the play. It was like he was in accelerated motion and everybody else was slowing down right behind him.
Moulton in the gun again. 2 receivers to his right, 1 out to his left, with Ewing in the backfield. Moulton hands the ball off to Ewing. Ewing escapes 1 tackle in the backfield, has the edge in some more running room, and he will be dragged out of bounds after a decent pickup on the play. Call it 5, 2nd and a half coming up for the Tigers.
Yeah, good job shaking off the defense. That could have been a tackle at the line of scrimmage, but did a good job getting to the outside, stopping the clock here. This is going to be an issue, too, for Yorktown. Even when they're given penalties in difficult situations like that, Greenfield-Central looks so efficient on offense, they might take a lot of this clock away. So take every second and use it.
5:17 left in the first quarter. Moulton in the gun. Puts a man in motion. That's Doherty. It's going to be a fake handoff now, passing out to Doherty on the far side, and he is lit up in the backfield. Big hit laid down by Cody Smith, the junior linebacker. Excuse me, that was Cash Looper who came from the secondary to make the stop. And a heck of a hit in the backfield.
Yeah, that was the type of play you talk about in the locker room after and go, what were you thinking putting me in that position? He was just in the worst position possible when he caught that ball and got lit up here. Yorktown, though, big 3rd down coming up, 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6 for the Tigers. They'll head out again in the gun. Moulton will have 3 to his left and 1 to his right. Moulton back to pass. has plenty of time now, rolls out to his right, fires across the middle, and it is complete to Doherty, who just took a licking on that last play. And instead, it's another first down for the Tigers. They'll be spotted right outside the 20 at the 22. First down and 10 for Yorktown. Heck of a 2 third-down plays for Mason Moulton.
Yeah, they're looking good right at the most important point of the drive. These third downs, they've really taken advantage of. It's the only times we've seen Moulton throw the ball, and he's delivered both times.
First down and 10. Gun formation again for Moulton. Tries a hard count now. Hands the ball off to Ewing. Ewing going up the middle, runs a man over, and that'll be enough for another Yorktown first down, now inside the 15. Big run for Aiden Ewing. He's had his number called a lot in this first quarter, and an opening drive looking very promising for this Tigers offense.
Yeah, and that just got redemption for that leveling hit that the Cougars just delivered. Yorktown evening out the physicality of the game and about to strike first for their first touchdown of the game.
First down and 10. It's going to be second down and 1 for the Tigers. Just a yard short. Morton in the gun. Moulton again handing off to Ewing. Ewing will drag a man with him. He'll pick up the first down. And that was a big defender he took with him, number 75, Braden Flinner. First down and goal for the Yorktown Tigers from their 10-yard line.
Yeah, the way that happened, that's going to make Coach Nolting mad. That tackle was blown. He ended up breaking free. Ewing got the first down, but very good opportunity there, and it could have had him down behind the line.
First and goal. Gun formation again for Moulton. 2 receivers stacked on each side. Another handoff to Ewing up the middle, and he is not going to get very far, maybe 5 on the play. Second down and goal.
Yeah, that's one of the most common plays we've seen them draw up is that fake pass handoff up the middle to Ewing, and he's really capitalized off of it and been ready each time they've called his number. Got 2:25 left to go in this first quarter. Still 8-0 Cougars.
Second and goal from the 6. Moulton sticks with the gun. He's got 2 receivers wide on each side. Ewing in the backfield to Moulton's left. Here comes the snap. Moulton fakes the handoff, looking to pass, and will fire across the middle. It's going to be incomplete. The intended target looks like that was Cole Purdue. And it was some good defense. The middle, I believe Jake Hinton got in and broke the pass from Moulton to Purdue up.
Yeah, it's a very nerve-wracking play for everyone involved on the field. That ball could have went in anybody's hands there. They had 2 chances to catch it. Luckily for Yorktown, that thing hit the ground.
2 minutes left in the first. 8-0 the score. Greenfield-Central leads. Third and goal coming up, and we have a timeout coming on the field against Greenfield-Central. Well, we have a quick break in the action. We'll send it to a couple of our underwriters before we come back for third down and goal for the Yorktown Tigers. That's what's up next on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Hi, my name is Jason Werner of Werner Financial, an independent investment firm here in Indianapolis. With 10 years of experience as an independent advisor, we provide value to our clients by creating customized investment solutions ranging from managed personal portfolios, 401k planning, and income distribution for retirement plans. We have built Werner Financial with a strong focus in research, diligence to all of our plans, and strong communication with every client. We would love the opportunity to show you our process with a no-cost consultation to discuss your financial future.
We're back live at Yorktown High School on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. 2 minutes, 1 second remaining in the first quarter. 8-0 the score. Greenfield-Central leads Yorktown, but the Tigers knocking on the door third down and goal from the 6. Colin Nichols joined by Vince Reimer. 2 very, very strong opening drives for both of these sides. This is the opening drive for Yorktown. 10 minutes into this first quarter. Just 1 drive for each side. Third and goal coming up. 4 receivers wide across the field for Moulton in the gun. Moulton puts Doherty in motion. Back to pass, fires end zone to Doherty, and it is in for a touchdown. matching the touchdown on their opening drive. The Yorktown Tigers make it 8-6 at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, nice connection to Doherty there. He started that drive getting whacked off of an incomplete pass thrown poorly in his area, caught a big ball down the field and the touchdown, the only man that Greenfield-Central couldn't cover.
Doherty, a very good drive. Mason Moulton, a good drive as well. Only 4 passing attempts, 2 on third down and very, very long. 1 for a 23-yard pickup, the other for a 14-yard pickup to set up 2 first downs, keep the drive alive, and it looks like Yorktown will elect to go for 2 and try to tie this one up. Moulton in the pistol will fake the handoff to Purdue, rolling to his right and into the end zone, complete to who else but the man who's gotten his number called more than anybody tonight, Aiden Ewing. Makes it 8-8, all tied up with 1:55 left in this first quarter. Doesn't get much better than this. We said it, this is going to be an offensive explosion of a matchup between the Yorktown Tigers and the Greenfield-Central Cougars.
Yeah, this has had all the makings of a memorable senior night game in it. 8-8, not the score we expected to see at this point, close to the end of the first quarter. Yorktown playing now like this is going to be the last time these seniors take the field.
With 1:55 left in the first quarter, we're only going to see probably two complete drives from both these sides. 10 minutes elapsed in the opening drive for each team. Getting ready to kick away, Julian McKay for the Yorktown Tigers. He'll kick back to 2 speedy return men on the side of Greenfield-Central. That's Kirk Connect. And also back to return for the Cougars is number 9, Boston Willard. And it's actually number 0, Cooper Hinton, the third Hinton brother, getting his name called for Greenfield-Central. McKay will kick off for the Tigers. Under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. We're all tied up at 8 apiece after both teams' opening drive. Here comes the kick from McKay. It is low and will take a hop all the way back to Hinton, who will bring it up the near side. And he's not going to get far on the return, maybe out to the 34 before he's swallowed up by a sea of green. It'll be first down and 10 coming up for the Cougars, their second drive of the game, with 1:49 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, not many mistakes been made so far this game. Going to be interesting to see what they can do with only 1:49 left in the quarter here. Sun going down, temperatures starting to look perfect for both of these teams.
First down and 10 for the Cougars from their own 28. It looks like it's been moved forward up to the 33. Under center is Dallas Freeman. Freeman, a handoff goes up the middle. Ball carrier on that play, number 26, Carson Anderson.
Yeah, they
36, Jacob Van Oedsel.
Yeah, they weren't worried about Yorktown reading a fake or anything like that. Good play call, running it up the middle on that first play here. 2nd and 8.
Freeman again with the handoff up the middle to Van Oedsel, and he is going to be a few yards short of the first down. Looks like we'll call it 2 yards short. 3rd and 2 coming up with 1:13 still left in the first quarter. Coming in to make the tackle, Landon Bradnick, one of the big names we talked about in that linebacking core for Yorktown.
Looks like they're going to try to get a score on the board.
And it is not going to go anywhere. Yorktown's defense holds strong and will force a 4th down for Greenfield-Central. Again, the run attempt by number 36, Jacob Van Oedsel. 4th down and 2 for Greenfield-Central. And it doesn't look like there is a ton of motion to bring the punt squad out.
Yeah, they look like they were really debating on what to do here, and they're going to go for it.
Freeman under center will hand off, and it is enough for a first down. The carrier, Cooper Hinton, will take it out to the 47-yard line. Still in Greenfield-Central territory now with just 25 seconds remaining on the clock in the first quarter. It's a fresh set of downs for the Cougars.
You can tell that's not the first time they've gone for it on 4th and short. Very used to being in tough situations like that and knowing what to do with it.
Under center is Freeman, and that is a big hit put on by the Yorktown defensive line. And we have flags flying on the field for some extracurriculars. We'll see who it will go against. Van Osdol is the carrier on the play. Looks like he maybe picked up 2 yards on the rush. So as it currently stands, 2nd down and long. We'll see what the flag call is and who will be pushed back. Here comes the call from the officials. We got a personal foul going against Greenfield-Central and against Yorktown. It's going to be offsetting personal fouls, replaying the first down. So 1st and 10 coming up again for the Cougars from their own 48. Just 3 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of a scuffle after the play, and they just wanted to make a statement there and make sure nothing else transpires out of that play. So a couple seconds left here, so we will see the Cougars run one more play right before the end of the quarter.
2nd down and 9, and looks like the clock started ticking, so we are out of the first quarter with a score of 8 apiece for Greenfield-Central and Yorktown. Heck of a start to this ball game, and 3 more quarters to come. We'll be back in just a couple of moments on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Live at Yorktown High School, the beginning of the second quarter on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Quick run coming up for Greenfield-Central on 2nd down and 9. The carrier, Jake Hinton, will make it 3rd down and 6 for the Cougars. Colin Eccles joined by Vince Reimer. We've got an 8-8 score after a very quick first quarter. Both teams scoring on their opening drives and completing the 2-point conversions. 11:35 left in this first half. It's 3rd down and 6 coming up for the Cougars. Dallas Freeman, the quarterback in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Looking to his left to pass, fires a dart across the middle, flags down on the field. The completion is to Kirk Knet for the first down. And this one might be coming back against Greenfield-Central.
Based on the placement and based on the way that play went, I would expect so. But good job of making that tackle in the open field. It is going to be a hold.
And it is a hold going against the Cougars, so the play will be moved back. We'll have to replay 3rd down. But it was a good field of vision, like you said, from Dallas Freeman to find Kirk Knet across the middle. Fired a laser beam just a couple yards ahead of that first down marker. Would have been a first down and kept the drive alive, but now you're faced with a 3rd down and long. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and about 16 for Greenfield-Central.
Tall task, but it's not the first time we've seen a team with 3rd and long set up and still convert. So first time in this game that we've seen the Cougars in a very discouraging spot.
Gun formation again for Dallas Freeman. 11:15 left in the first half. Freeman back to pass, looks short on the sideline. It's incomplete. The intended target, Jake Hinton. And that will bring up the first 4th down, where one side is going to have to punt. 1 4th down earlier on this drive, in which the Cougars went for it and stayed on the field with a fresh set of downs, but now the punter, Aaron Lee, will have to come out and give it the boot. He's had a good game already, a 2-point conversion made after that first touchdown for the Cougars. The return man back is Doherty for Yorktown.
Yeah, they got an athlete at punter, that's for sure. Somebody that they can rely on to make the fakes whenever called upon. But, yeah, this is big for Yorktown, getting them off the field here on their second drive of the game, coming out for what looks to be their first chance at taking the lead.
Aaron Lee gives it a low kick, and it'll take a roll back to the 26-yard line in Yorktown territory. And the Tigers have the ball first down and 10 coming up after a very long, but as you said, more professional grade, professionally run style of offensive drive. A lot of third downs, 2 big conversions, a 23-yarder and a 14-yarder for Mason Moulton. Those were his first 2 passes. Aiden Ewing had his name called a lot in that first quarter, including 2-point conversion. And in the end, it's Mason Moulton and Doherty, the pass connection for the first touchdown for the Tigers. Here they go with drive number 2. Gun formation again for Moulton. And he will hand off to Ewing. Ewing with a halfway decent run. Picks up 4 on the play. 2nd and 6 coming up for Yorktown.
Yeah, everything clicking for the Tigers so far when they've driven down the field on offense. Not many mistakes. Not many criticisms or questionable aspects, you could say. So we're going to see 2nd and 5 coming up here for Yorktown.
Ewing out of the ball game. Looks like his helmet came off during the play, so coming on to take his place for the time being is Tobias Ray. 2nd down and 5 coming up, just 6 seconds on the play clock, so the Tigers have very little time to work with. 2 on the clock. Moulton will not get the snap off, and looks like we have a timeout called by head coach Mike Wilhelm for the Yorktown Tigers. While we have a break in the action, we'll go ahead and take a quick break of our own to hear from some of our sponsors. That's what's coming up next on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at genesissportsperformance.com.
If you're just now joining us on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com, it's the beginnings of the second quarter between Greenfield-Central and Yorktown. Here at Yorktown High School, Colin Nichols joined by Vince Reimer. An 8-8 ball game is what we have. 10 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the first half. 2nd down and 5 coming up for the Tigers offense. Moulton in the gun with stack receivers out on each side. Moulton will keep this one for himself, has the edge on the near side, and he will be wrapped up and spun out of bounds. Leading the way for the defense, Peyton Foley and Cash Looper in to make the stop for Greenfield-Central. 3rd down and short coming up for the Tigers. They were faced with a 3rd down and 22 in that first quarter. Now faced with a 3rd and 2. Very, very manageable for an offense who's been rolling so far in the openings of this game.
Yeah, 2 long drives to start the game, and it looks like in this instance we might see 2 short drives by both teams if they can't convert.
Gun formation for Moulton. Moulton, handoff going up the middle, and it is going to be for a 1-yard loss. Slipping in the backfield and losing yardage, number 30, Jace Key for the Tigers.
Looks like we may have a man down at the end of the pile here. Going to see what's going on the field still.
It'll be a 4th down and 3 coming up for Yorktown. And while we have an injury on the field, we'll go ahead and take another quick break before we get back into the action. It's the Yorktown Tigers and the Greenfield-Central Cougars on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
The Mower Shop in Fishers is the one-stop shop for all of your lawn maintenance needs. We have a huge selection of Honda and Toro lawnmowers in stock and even more to choose from online. Plus, we carry parts and accessories with super fast shipping. Just need maintenance or repairs? We offer that too, and we'll even deliver. The Mower Shop, family owned for more than 20 years. Visit our showroom just west of State Road 37 in Fishers or shop online at themowershop.com.
We're live at Yorktown High School on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. My name is Colin Eccles, joined by my partner, Vince Reimer. 9 minutes, 11 seconds left in the second quarter. We're all tied up at 8 apiece. Just one drive for each of these teams in that opening quarter. Still down on the field. Slow to get up is right tackle Parker Christie, being attended to by the Yorktown medical staff. He's slow to get up, but he will get up and be helped off the field. Good to see him up, and obviously wishing him the best in whatever that injury might be. We won't speculate too far, but it is a good thing to see him up, moving around, even if he is being helped off the field. It's a 4th down and 4 for Yorktown. Faced with a 3rd down and 2, not on the field for that last play, running back Aiden Ewing, who's been very, very active in the early goings of the game tonight. In taking his place was number 30, Jace Key. Lost his footing in the backfield and will now force the Tigers to punt. It'll be Julian McKay punting away. The returners will be Kirk Connect and Cooper Hinton for the Cougars. A 2-return man setup, which is something you don't typically see, especially on the punt. Normally you've got 1 man back. 2 men covering a lot of extra ground. And here comes the kick from Julian McKay. McKay, high snap, able to control well. Low punt. It's going to go back inside the 30 to the 20, where it is fielded by Hinton. Hinton on the near side, run out of bounds at the 29. And we do have flags on the field, so this one might be coming back. We'll see what the officials give on the call. That flag is down at the 31. We're under 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Still tied at 8 apiece.
That was a decent job of running it back, given where the ball landed and having the fact that it hit his hand here. But interesting to see that flag thrown at the end of the play.
Still waiting on the official call from the referees on what this flag will be. Typically on a punt situation, you're looking at a hold, block in the back, something of that nature. And looks like the referees are going to pick up the flag. So it will be a 1st down and 10 coming up for Greenfield-Central. Their offense spotted at the 39, 1st down and 10.
Yeah, interesting decision there to throw the flag. It looked like a confident choice by the officials, but either way, Greenfield-Central starting their now 3rd drive of the game. 2 very long and successful drives that really set the tone for this game. We have a score of 8-8 right now, but then both teams very short 3-and-outs in their last possessions.
Dallas Freeman starts in the gun formation this time. 2 to his far side, 1 to his near with receivers. Handoff up the middle, and a good blitz coming up the middle for Yorktown's defense. Wilson Webster gets in and lays the hit. The carrier on the play, number 36, Jacob Van Oosdel. And that is a big 4-yard loss on the opening play for Greenfield-Central.
Yeah, those are the type of game-changing plays you want to see from your defense, lifting the squad after an injury as well. Big tone setter on this drive.
Freeman back to pass on 2nd down and long. Looks across the middle. It's incomplete. The intended target, Kirk Connect, will bring up 3rd down and 13 for Greenfield-Central. 8 minutes, 20 seconds left in this first half of what has been a pretty good battle. That first quarter, just 2 drives took up the majority of it. Greenfield-Central got their 2nd drive started, then 2 3-and-outs, 2 punts, and now we're on to the 3rd drive, 3rd down and 13. Dallas Freeman, shotgun formation, 3 receivers to his far side, 1 to the near. Freeman Back to pass. Looks to his left. Now is going to take off and run. Freeman will not escape the Yorktown defense. In to make the stop, number 30, Jason Key. Will set up 4th down and too long to make it worth going for. 4th and 7 to be exact for Greenfield-Central.
Yeah, the sack they allowed on the first play was really a drive killer. Good job by Yorktown setting that drive up early to make sure that they're going to get the ball back. Only about a minute taken off the clock from that. So good job by Yorktown with another chance here to take the lead once they get the ball back.
Offense still on the field, 7:40 left. 4th down and 7. Freeman back to pass, goes across the middle. It's complete, and will it be enough for the first down? Looks like it will be. Taking it across the line, Lane Wadle for the Cougars. Takes it right just short of midfield at the 49. 1st down and 10 for Greenfield-Central.
Yeah, we had a great view of that right in front of us, and it did look like even with the knee touching the ground and the position he hit, that is going to be a 1st down.
Freeman going with some hurry-up offense, and it's a pulled handoff. Great read by Dallas Freeman to pull from Van Oosdel, who got blown up in the backfield, making the hit again, Jason Key. Instead, it's a 4-yard pickup. 2nd down, 3-yard pickup, 2nd down and 7 coming up, 7 minutes left in the first half, and we have flags down on the field.
That's going to be an encroachment on Yorktown. Good job getting to the line, asserting position there, and going to see a 3rd and 1 coming up, it looks like. 2nd and 1, excuse me.
2nd and 1 for Greenfield-Central. 2 big plays already. A 4th down and 7 conversion, their second 4th down conversion of the evening. And now Dallas Freeman out in the gun, 2 to his left, 1 to his right. Freeman back to pass, looking left side, goes across the middle, it's complete to Connect. Connect with running room, has blockers ahead, breaking away and taking it into the end zone for the 2nd Greenfield-Central touchdown of the night. Adds 6 to that 8-point total, makes it 14-8. And Kirk Connect, a lot of speed on that far sideline, absolutely broke away from the defenders. Nobody had a prayer in catching him.
Yeah, out on the outside there, just completely took the play upon himself, accelerated. That's going to be, it's an interesting play call there. They lined up a little bit to the left, but this time they're going to end up electing to kick the extra point. First time, the punter dove over the line and was able to get the 2-point conversion. This time, going to elect to kick it.
Aaron Lee set up to kick the PAT, same formation as we saw, and this time he will give it the boot. Straight down Main Street, and he makes it 15-8 right out of the timeout in that second quarter. 6.5 minutes left in the first half, and it is a 15-8 lead for the Greenfield-Central Cougars over the Yorktown Tigers. We'll take a quick break to hear from some of our sponsors, then we'll be back in just a couple of moments on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
The interior of an Infiniti is thoughtfully designed to be all about you. And by you, we mean every version of you. Because there's luxury you can feel, and there's luxury that lets you feel. Infinitely you. Experience luxury like never before in a 2023 Infiniti QX80 at your local Infiniti retailer.
We're back live at Yorktown High School and IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Colin Nichols joined by Vince Reimer. It's now a 15-8 lead after the catch and run for Kirk Connect, coming off the pass from Dallas Freeman. 6 minutes, 35 seconds left in the second quarter. Greenfield-Central getting ready to kick it back to Yorktown's offense. Tardy and Cummings back to return for Yorktown. Here is the kick. It's low and will take a hop out of bounds. Flags down on the field for the kick out of bounds. Decent starting field position coming up for the Yorktown Tigers.
Yeah, all but the first drive of the game, we've seen good starting field position. Greenfield-Central took that drive all the way to the end zone to open the game 8-0, and they lead at this point 15-8. Yorktown's looked really good on defense these last 2 times out. So I expect their offense here to take the torch and give us an answer.
Tigers will start on their own 35, first down and 10. Need a response after that touchdown by Connect. 15-8 the score, 6:35 left in the first half. Shotgun formation again for Mason Moulton. He's got stacked 2 receivers on each side. Back to pass on the first play from scrimmage. It's complete across the middle, and that'll be plenty of yardage for the first down and more for Quentin Williams, who takes it to the 46 in Greenfield-Central territory.
That's 2 long catches across the middle for Quentin Williams. Definitely the go-to target whenever Moulton needs a big first down.
First down and 10. Moulton in the gun for the second play in a row. 4 receivers wide. Puts a man in motion. It's Doherty. Moulton hands off to Ewing up the middle. Ewing keeps the legs moving and will pick up a good chunk on first and 10. Second down and 6 coming up for Yorktown.
Yorktown's looking really good now inside their opponent's territory. Going to look to make a strike here. Good mix-up of play calling, by the way, too. Haven't seen this since the scoring drive they had.
From the Cougars 42, second and 6 for the Tigers. Moulton in the gun. 5:42 left in the first half. Another handoff for Ewing. Ewing splits 1 tackle and will go back up the middle. It'll be third down and short coming up. In on the stop, Jake Hinton and Eddie Mullins for the Cougars.
They're having a hard time really getting to the outside. Greenfield-Central is doing a good job of reading the run. But these passes by Moulton, they've got to get under control. He's, mixing it up well, and he's really executing the fakes well. They're not knowing whether he's handing off, really taking the defense an extra second to react.
Third down and 4 for the Tigers. 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Gun formation for Moulton. Moves Purdue over to his right side. Purdue back in motion the other way. Moulton pump fakes, now airs one out well down the field, and it is complete and brought down inside the 5-yard line. And that on the reception is number 88, Wilson Webster. Sets up first and goal for the Tigers. What a throw from Mason Moulton. Drops a dime in the bucket right over the top of the defender. Looks like that was Cody Smith back defending for the Cougars.
Yeah, he can catch the ball on either side of the field. Webster actually leads this team in interceptions, so he can get his hands all over it no matter what situation he's in.
First down and goal. Moulton under center. A full house action. He'll hand it off up the middle, and it is waiting on the call. Half a yard short. That was Ewing who took it up the middle. He just couldn't get the last second push to get into the end zone. 4 minutes. And it's first and goal from about the half-yard line for Yorktown in a 15-8 ball game.
Going back a second, though, that was the most impressive catch I've seen so far from our season of announcing Indiana high school football. Very impressive ball caught by Webster.
Now Moulton will try the push, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown for the Yorktown Tigers makes it 15-14. 3 minutes and 41 seconds left in half number 1 of this matchup. And I tell you what, when the Tigers need a response on that offensive side, both times tonight, they've been able to find it on the very next drive. Heck of a throw from Mason Moulton, complete to Wilson Webster to set that up inside the 5. And then Moulton does it himself with the legs, pushes in from the 1-yard line. Here comes the PAT.
Yeah, one impressive thing about Moulton, too, is with that size, it's very easy to call the QB sneak and run him up the middle.
And Weaver will split the uprights. And we're back to a tie ball game, 15 apiece between the Yorktown Tigers and the Greenfield-Central Cougars. We said it was going to be a pretty good offensive battle tonight. It has been so far. Each team with one drive in that opening quarter, both resulting in touchdowns, followed by 2-point conversions to make it 8-8. You got the big catch and run for Kirk Connect to make it a 15-8 ball game in favor of the Cougars, and then a response The very next drive, Mason Moulton getting it done on that offensive side. There's a reason he had just under 1,200 yards coming into this one, and a reason almost 1,100 of those were passing. You saw the big arm there on that play.
Yeah, that was an incredible throw. Second time tonight we've seen him put a ball in the hands of his receivers that we didn't think was going to end up caught. But we see a tie ball game, 15-15. The momentum has been really carried evenly by both sides. Whenever one team starts to get out to a faster pace of play, the other one answers.
Kicking away will be Julian McKay for the Tigers. And back to return for the Cougars, Cooper Hinton and Kirk Connect. Lining up is Julian McKay to give it back to the Cougars offense with 3 minutes and 41 seconds left before we head to halftime. Here's the kick from McKay, low up the middle, and will roll back to Hinton. Hinton trying to take it up the middle, and he will have a good hit put on him at the 32. And in on the stop, I believe 32, Alex Montgomery. This will be 1st and 10 for Greenfield-Central, with probably one opportunity to put more points on the board before halftime. Yorktown has the ball coming into the third quarter. Very, very crucial drive for the Cougars. Do you put points up on the board and have the lead, force Yorktown to tie it up after halftime? Or do you give Yorktown their first opportunity to have a lead in this game? Freeman off the snap will keep it for himself. He's not going to get far. Drugged down from behind in the backfield. In to make the stop for the Tigers defense is number 30, Jason Key.
It appears to me the will of this game has been completely switched. Yorktown seems to be the team that wants it more at this point. That's 2 times they've started out their defensive stands with tackles for losses. Very impressive to see from the Tigers.
2nd down and 11 for the Cougars, hitting the 3-minute mark in this first half. Gun formation for Freeman. Back to pass. Dumps it down complete to Wadle, and Wadle out of bounds. Pick up a 7 on the play. 3rd down and 3 coming up.
Greenfield-Central has been brought to 3rd down pretty quick each of the last 2 times out on offense. Going to be interesting to see if they can show us what they had early in the game, really moving the ball down with ease.
3rd and 4, 2.5 minutes left in the second. Big 3rd down for Yorktown's defense. Freeman to pass, complete on the far side to Wadle. Wadle's got plenty of running room, and he'll take this on the opposite side of the 45. Marked down at the 46, a fresh set of downs coming up for Greenfield-Central. They'll continue to move down the field. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left on the game clock.
Yeah, good job moving the chains. It looks like they're not wasting any time here coming out for another throw.
Freeman to pass again, goes to the far sideline this time, again complete to Kirk Connect. Another 1st down for Greenfield-Central, now into Yorktown territory.
Yeah, this Freeman Connect connection, very impressive. That's probably his easiest target throwing out there on offense.
1st down and 10. Freeman back in the gun. He's got 3 receivers out to his right side, 1 to his left. Freeman will drop back to pass again, looking to the far sidelines, complete to Connect, and Connect stays on his feet and will march into the end zone, but we've got a flag down in the backfield. And what could have been a huge, huge play at a 44-yard touchdown is going to be coming back. A hold against Greenfield-Central will take a lot of wind out of the sails of the Cougars offense. They've got under 2 minutes to get the job done before halftime now. Nonetheless, big catch and run again from Dallas Freeman, connecting with Kirk Connect. Took that one for 43, 44 yards to the house. But now, instead, you got a 1st down and long coming up for the Cougars offense.
Yeah, Cougars have had a couple of plays brought back that could have been big scores right there. Connect almost had his 2nd touchdown of the game so far.
1st and 20. We've got more whistles blowing on the field. And Looks like it'll be a timeout taken by Yorktown. 15 is what the score is tied up at right now. We've got just a minute 56 left in the first half. A battle of two very explosive offenses, just like we thought it would be coming into this one. Talked about it a lot during the pregame battle of the quarterbacks as well. Dallas Freeman for the Cougars, Mason Moulton for the Tigers. Mason Moulton, huge pass to set up his own rushing touchdown, and Dallas Freeman almost his second big passing touchdown of the evening, connecting to a target who he has frequented tonight, Kirk Connect. Connect, a very dangerous man in open space as well. A ton of speed, obviously a lot of agility as well, as we saw in that last play before it was called back. Breaks 2 tackles at the ankles, high steps his way into the end zone. That's going to be a dangerous duo come the second half.
Yeah, both of these quarterbacks very capable. They've shown us that they're very dynamic and throw the ball deep, but this pressure from Yorktown a little bit different, holding Freeman to a limited yardage in the second quarter.
First down and 20 coming up for the Cougars offense. They'll start from their own 47. Freeman in the gun. We'll have 2 receivers on each side. Back to pass, looking to the far sideline and underthrown the intended target. Connect again. Sets up second down and 20. Minute 52 left in the second quarter. Not a lot of time ticked off the clock on that play. Still time to get things done before halftime and possibly put more points up on the board to force Yorktown to try and come out in the third quarter and try to tie the game rather than take their first lead.
Yeah, no time to mess around here and a lot of yards to make up. Greenfield-Central can't be messing around here late.
Freeman completes his pass across the middle, won't get back to the original line of scrimmage. Bringing in the catch, number 9, Boston Willard. Third down and 11 for the Cougars. Gun formation for Freeman. Tries to get a man to jump, almost does. No flags. Freeman trying the hard count. New call coming in from the sideline, 18 seconds on the play clock. Freeman, third and 11. Back to pass, looks far sideline, complete to Connect, and Connect steps out of bounds 2 yards short of the first down, sits at 4th and 2. The Cougars obviously not shy about going for it on 4th down with a minute 10 left in the second quarter. Short yardage coming up on 4th down for the Cougars. We're all tied up at 15. Minute 10 left in this first half.
Yeah, we fully expected to see him go for it here. Biggest play of the half so far.
Freeman under center. Hands off up the middle to Hinton, and it will cross the first down marker. Down to the 30-yard line in Yorktown territory. Jake Hinton, the one taking it across.
So this half is going to end on the hinges of Yorktown's defense. Big play there, but we saw the last time they are very capable of completing those 4th and short plays.
Fresh set of downs, under 1 minute to go for the Cougars offense. Freeman back in the gun. Back to pass. Has some pressure, steps up to the right side, fires across the middle, and it is... Looks like the signal is going to be incomplete. We do have a flag on the field. And a player down on the field as well for Greenfield-Central. That is Dallas Freeman on the floor. Intended pass for Lane Wadle on that play. Comes up incomplete. And we'll wait to see what the flag is. Just 44 seconds left in the second quarter. We're all tied up at 15 apiece. And the flag will go against Greenfield-Central. A hold is what we're seeing from the officials.
This is a tough break just because the way he went down does not look like he's going to just pop back up and come back in the game. This is a serious hit, and he's not getting up at the moment.
Training staff attending to Dallas Freeman right now. And while they get him sorted out, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break to hear from a few of our sponsors. 15-15 is the score. 44 seconds left in the first half. And we'll go ahead and keep this one here. Freeman getting up off the field and walking off under his own power. Great to see from him. He is going to have to take a break to get checked out further over on the sideline. Tie ball game, 15 apiece, 44 seconds left, and coming in at the quarterback position is Kirk Connect, who has a receiving touchdown already tonight. In the gun, Connect will keep it for himself, trying to find the edge. Tripped up in the backfield, though, will not get back to the original line. That's 52, Landon Bradnick coming in to make a big stop. Now just 30 seconds left in the half. And a timeout called on the field by Greenfield-Central, and Dallas Freeman already jogging back on to the field to try and help his offense out for one more scoring opportunity, which is 28 seconds left in this first half. We're all tied up at 15. We said it was going to be a pretty high-scoring affair, 15 apiece. Both teams, I tell you what, a very rare sighting to see two teams on their first drives of the game score a touchdown and come up with two-point conversions to follow and chew up an entire first quarter at that as well. Very hot start, very professional kind of NFL grade start that we saw in that first quarter. A little bit slower, not as much scoring here, but these two teams going at it, and Yorktown finding an answer to every single one of the Cougars' scoring opportunities so far in this half.
Yeah, this last drive has been very back and forth. It looked like Connect had a touchdown. That one was brought back for holding. Then Freeman took a shot, went out of the game. It looked like Connect was going to be playing quarterback. Now we see Freeman back into the game.
Freeman back on the turf for the Cougars offense. Second down and 17, 28 seconds left. Freeman looking to his left side to pass, feels pressure up the middle, escapes, and is brought down by 26, Aiden Ewing, the defensive end and running back, causing some problems for Freeman in the backfield. And we've got another timeout called by the offense of Greenfield-Central. Aiden Ewing having himself a night tonight. His senior night on top of that, 5'11", 197. The senior, he has 24 tackles, 10 for loss, and 2.5 sacks coming up into tonight's matchup. On the offensive side, very productive as well. All but 2 plays in that first quarter had his name called. One of those was a 2-point conversion, and one was a big third down pass to keep the drive alive. He did as well make a big 2-point conversion play to tie it up at 8. So Yorktown has been using him a lot so far tonight on that defensive side, just as productive as he is out of the backfield.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Coming back, we have a 3rd and 18, so given Greenfield-Central doesn't get this, there's only going to be a few seconds left on the clock. It could be a 4th and long on the opposition side of the field. Very weird situation here to end the half.
3rd down and 18. 19 seconds left on the game clock. Greenfield-Central with the ball. Freeman looking to pass. Steps up in the pocket and is brought down from behind again. This time making the stop. Number 44, Peyton Wagner, sets up 4th down and long, and that will do it for the first half. Time expires before the play will get off for Greenfield-Central. We're all tied up, headed into halftime at 15 apiece. What a start to this game for both teams. And we'll be back with some halftime coverage here in just a couple of minutes. It's 15-15. Headed into halftime, the Yorktown Tigers and the Greenfield-Central Cougars on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Hi, my name is Jason Werner of Werner Financial, an independent investment firm here in Indianapolis. With 10 years of experience as an independent advisor, we provide value to our clients by creating customized investment solutions ranging from managed personal portfolios, 401k planning, and income distribution for retirement plans. We have built Werner Financial with a strong focus in research, diligence to all of our plans, and strong communication with every client. We would love the opportunity to show you our process with a no-cost consultation to discuss your financial future.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Gray Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779. Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at genesissportsperformance.com.
Candy, please.
Everyone want a free furnace? Here's one for you and you.
Walk the plank, Chad. Here's some candy, kids.
It's the final month to get a free furnace from Peterman Brothers. Visit PetermanHVAC.com to claim yours today.
Could I get one? Sure thing.
The Mower Shop in Fishers is the one-stop shop for all of your lawn maintenance needs. We have a huge selection of Honda and Toro lawnmowers in stock and even more to choose from online. Plus, we carry parts and accessories with super fast shipping. Just need maintenance or repairs? We offer that too. And we'll even deliver. The Mower Shop, family owned for more than 20 years. Visit our showroom just west of State Road 37 in Fishers or shop online at themowershop.com.
Live from Yorktown High School, this is IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. My name is Colin Eccles, joined by Vince Reimer. It's the matchup of the Greenfield-Central Cougars, obviously against the Yorktown Tigers. We're at halftime with a tie score of 15-15 after a very eventful, and I mean very eventful, first half. We'll start things off in the first quarter. Greenfield-Central wins the coin toss and elects to receive. They march their way down the field and come up with a big opening touchdown, followed by a two-point conversion from the kicker. Heck of a drawn-up play. Aaron Lee runs it in for the two-point conversion. The touchdown was Dallas Freeman taking it into the end zone. Jake Hinton, the receiver on that play. After that, Yorktown comes up and matches. Goes touchdown for touchdown with Greenfield-Central, coming up with a huge catch in the end zone for Ephraim Doherty. And then right after that, a two-point conversion, a pass from Mason Moulton to his running back, Aiden Ewing, who had a lot of action on that opening drive. Had every play call going in his direction until that third down and 22, a 23-yard catch across the middle for Quentin Williams. Sets up a new set of downs, a third down coming up later. It's another 13-yard catch across the middle for Quentin Williams. Mason Moulton having himself a heck of a night. You get into that second quarter, again, it's Greenfield-Central on the offensive side of things. Marching down to the 45, Dallas Freeman connects with Kirk Connect, who takes it to the house to make it 15-8. And right after that, yet again, going punch for punch with the Greenfield-Central offense is Yorktown. Big pass from Mason Moulton, complete to Wilson Webster down at the 2-yard line, and just 2 plays later, Mason Moulton runs a little Philadelphia Eagles push special to get himself into the end zone to tie this one up at 15 apiece. Vince, a very, very eventful first half. Kind of just went through and recapped that. It's been a battle on the offensive side, but the defense for Yorktown, especially towards the end of that second quarter, really starting to step up and create some havoc and some issues in the backfield for Dallas Freeman, who was shaken up just a few plays before the end of that second quarter. And then Aiden Ewing and Jace Key getting into the mix, along with Peyton Wagner, to bring him down in the backfield several times at the end of that second quarter. Dallas Freeman and the Cougars, a lot of work to do in this second half with Yorktown getting the ball first in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think that's going to play to their advantage big time. That last drive, Greenfield-Central had the ball, couldn't do anything with it, and Freeman got shook up. So that's going to be something to look for in the second half as they come back out. But Yorktown's defense has really been what stood out to me. Their will is superseded that of the Cougars, and I think that's going to be something to look for here. I'm surprised Greenfield-Central's offensive line is not holding up, regardless of these opening plays on the drive. That entire drive, Yorktown was doing a good job. Even after they caught deep balls, there was a few plays they were making tackles for losses, really asserting themselves into the drives.
Dallas Freeman, like we said, shaking up in that second quarter, and his clear favorite target tonight has been senior Kirk Connect, standing at 6'1", 165, had 410 yards and 6 touchdowns. Coming into the evening, led the offense in receiving touchdowns. He has one more to his total tonight. Almost had 2. It was called back for a holding call. If Dallas Freeman gets his feet back under him, especially in this third quarter, and can find Connect on a few more of those big plays down the field, he's clearly got the speed. He broke away on that first touchdown from any defender. No one had a prayer at catching him. And then able to break a tackle, wrapped up at the ankle, spun out of it, stayed on his feet to walk it in for that, what would have been that second touchdown that was called back for the holding. Dallas Freeman, Kirk Connect in this second half could be a very dangerous matchup to watch. But that offensive line for Greenfield-Central struggling a little bit against the front three of Yorktown. That's Aiden Ewing, Landon Kelly, and Julian McKay.
Yeah, that's a small line that Greenfield-Central plays up front. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to hold up. Yorktown's defense usually plays a little bit of a zone type of scheme. They're very good in that linebacking core. They can really move around and put different players in different positions, not limited to one spot on the field or being used to one area. So I think Yorktown right now, if I bet on this game, I would be losing tonight because they're much more into this. It's a very back and forth connected competitive game. I really can't emphasize enough play for play, both teams catching up with each other and making sure that nothing gets out of sight.
Both teams as well doing a very good job of finding that balance between efficiency and moving up the field quickly, also being able to choose some clock, right? Not getting into too many third down and long situations or fourth down situations. We've seen a few of those tonight. Greenfield-Central has converted on every fourth down situation where they've gone for it. Had to punt once tonight as well. A couple third down and longs for Yorktown's offense that they've been able to come up with fresh sets of downs afterwards. The big thing tonight, continuing to be efficient, continuing to not get in those third and longs, stay manageable in your yards, but also chew that clock. That first quarter saw 2 total drives. Greenfield-Central got the ball back with less than a minute to go in the first quarter, had to run it out, and continue their second drive of the game into the second quarter where they would end up punting. If we can see that in the third quarter and see Yorktown chew a lot of clock coming out of the half, put points on the board, come up with a stop as well, they can set themselves up in a good position to really fully take control of this game and shut things down for the Cougars headed into the fourth.
Yeah, one thing to point out, too, is that Greenfield-Central has not been able to stop Moulton in this passing game. He's been able to deliver balls to a lot of different receivers. We saw Wilson Webster catch a deep one on this left side for about 40-some yards that set up that rushing touchdown that Moulton pushed in. But then you've seen Ephraim Doherty as well catch another deep ball across the middle. Cole Purdue, Quentin Williams, also key contributors. So everybody's gotten their hands wet in terms of this Yorktown offense. It's going to be a big task for Greenfield-Central. Stop allowing the deep ball. That's what I'm going to look for because Moulton can rip it, and I'm sure that he's going to have a few more of those coming in the second half.
Doherty led the team in receiving touchdowns coming into tonight, adds 1 more to his total, now has 6 on the year. And Wilson Webster, that connection between Mason Moulton and Wilson Webster, I wish we could pull up a replay of that right now. Moulton, an absolute dime, just right over the shoulder. Nice touch towards the sideline as well. And Webster able to reel that in, sets up the crucial first down and goal for the Tigers offense in response to the last touchdown for Greenfield-Central. 2 plays later, Mason Moulton, like I said, runs a little bit of that Eagles special that's been working really well in the NFL for Philadelphia, giving it to Jalen Hurts, letting him punch it in from the 1. Mason Moulton does the same with his legs to tie this one up at 15 apiece. As you come out into this third quarter, if you are Yorktown, a lot of the wind is behind you. You've got most of the momentum in your court. On the other side, you're a little bit deflated if you're Greenfield-Central. Quarterback's a little shook up. Didn't have a great last 3 plays of that second quarter. Sacked 3 times in a row. That's going to be big coming out in this third quarter in terms of Yorktown having the opportunity to take their first lead all night tonight.
Yeah, in terms of how these teams looked at the end of the half. Yorktown looks like they have a lot more left in the legs, left in the tank. They really looked fresh, didn't seem as tired, really had an effortless time moving the ball down the field. So I think Yorktown's in a good spot in terms of energy in this game. Maybe the physicality hasn't doomed them as much or, caught up to them at the line. But I've seen Greenfield-Central really look for this halftime. I mean, I think this halftime is going to be most beneficial for Greenfield-Central. They needed some physical rest, been able to give Freeman a little rest after being hurt, but also just regathering mentally. They looked like they were starting to fall apart a little bit, not really as connected as we saw to start the contest.
If you're Yorktown coming out in this third quarter, obviously the first quarter saw a lot of action on the ground coming from Aiden Ewing, who has been a great rusher all night tonight for the Tigers. Do you open the third quarter in the same way and let him go to work on the ground, or do you start a little bit more of that air raid offense and let Mason Moulton start throwing it out and loosening the arm up?
Yeah, I think Aiden Ewing is a good option to start this second half off. He really didn't slow down or have any hiccups in the first half. Every single drive they were able to find some sort of production out of him, which is probably the big reason why Moulton's really not had any pressure on himself and been able to play free. So I think Aiden Ewing is going to be the catalyst here. He's going to do the exact same stuff that we saw. And unless he gets slowed down, I don't think Yorktown's offense is going to cease to produce either.
Greenfield-Central's defense, a little bit quiet so far tonight, especially from who we said was going to be one of their bigger producers, Kirkconnect, who's been productive on the offensive side. But he comes in tonight 4 interceptions, the team's total 6. We haven't seen much from him in terms of defending the pass very well tonight. How do you change up the scheme? How do you readjust if you're this Cougars defense to get yourself back in that position of, hey, disrupt that flow in the backfield? Mason Moulton has had all the time in the world to throw the ball. Plenty of opportunity to roll out, run through his reads, find an open man, and launch a missile across the middle. How do you start creating some pressure from him and disrupting some of that offensive play that he's had?
Yeah, I think the big thing here is Moulton's ball placement has been perfect. So once the play is actually developed, it's been over, and it's been in favor of the Tigers here. I don't think coaching scheme is really the thing here. I don't think coaching has been the issue in terms of these defensive backs. I think it's a mental thing in terms of capitalizing on the play in a matter of 1 second, being ready to either make a play on the ball or position yourself while it's in the air to be able to make a play. This is really end-of-play instinct, I should say. They're going to have to really do a good job of improvising at the moment of priority in the second half and make sure that they don't give up any big balls down the field.
15-15 is the score at halftime, hitting the 2-minute mark before we get things started back up at Yorktown High School. It's the Greenfield-Central Cougars tied up at 15 with the Yorktown Tigers on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. We're going to take a quick break to hear from a few of our sponsors who make these broadcasts possible every single week and who we appreciate greatly for allowing us the opportunity to come call some great high school football in the great Midwest state of Indiana. And while you have a break, while you're listening to these commercials and checking out our sponsors, you can also head over to the X app. INDHS Sports is where you'll find us to be able to see clips from the winning teams from this evening, updates, and highlight reel clips as well from some of our other sports around the state of Indiana and Indianapolis and Muncie. Also head to our website, IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. 2 links at the top of the page, an Indianapolis area and a Muncie area. Click either one of those. On the right side, there will be a QR code that you can scan with your handy-dandy cell phone, and you can sign up for live text updates. So if you're working, maybe you're out hanging out with friends, you got a family event going on, and you want to keep up with your favorite high school team, you don't miss a single beat with our live text updates. Great feature that we've added this year.
Yeah, the X app being a very awesome feature, being able to keep up with games that otherwise you wouldn't have been able to before. So check that out. Download the X app and keep up with all your Indiana high school football teams. Got 53 seconds before the half starts. Looking for a very productive half for Yorktown as they've got the edge heading into half 2.
Yorktown receives the kick coming up here in the third quarter on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Hi, my name is Jason Werner of Werner Financial, an independent investment firm here in Indianapolis. With 10 years of experience as an independent advisor, we provide value to our clients by creating customized investment solutions ranging from managed personal portfolios, 401k planning, and income distribution for retirement plans. We have built Werner Financial with a strong focus in research, diligence to all of our plans, and strong communication with every client. We would love the opportunity to show you our process with a no-cost consultation to discuss your financial future.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779. Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at genesissportsperformance.com.
We are back live at Yorktown High School on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. My name is Colin Eccles, joined by my partner Vince Reimer. Vince, Week 7 of Indiana High School football. We got the Greenfield-Central Cougars and the Yorktown Tigers, who you can see warming up on your screen. Greenfield-Central has also retaken the field and awaits on the sideline to kick this ball back off to a Tigers offense who's been rolling pretty nonstop since they scored that second touchdown. The defense as well been putting in some work, especially at the end of that second quarter. An opportunity on this drive for the Tigers to take their first lead of the ball game. They've been responding all night. Now you've got the opportunity. You're right even. You can throw that uppercut and get yourself in the lead.
Yeah, both of these teams have matched tempo. At the beginning of the game, they took their time, had perfect drives going down the field, and scored touchdowns, but then it turned into a little bit of a sloppy 3-and-out contest, just not getting anything going. But then right when Greenfield-Central went up 15-8, Yorktown responded very fast with a touchdown of their own that was really caused with this deep ball caught by Wilson Webster right on the 2-yard line before Moulton pushed it in for the last touchdown we saw in that first half. So tie ball game 15-15 with the Tigers getting the ball right after the kickoff.
Home of the Tigers, it's only fitting that the speakers are blaring "Welcome to the Jungle." And what an atmosphere we have here tonight at Yorktown High School. Packed out stands for senior night. Multiple sports being honored at that, cross country, the cheer team, the dance team, and football as well. So a lot of seniors having themselves a fun night tonight. Some of the seniors getting in on some good action as well on the football field. Mason Moulton, Aiden Ewing having themselves phenomenal nights so far. Quentin Williams also having a good night. 2 big third down conversion catches for him, and we are about to get things started here in the third quarter. We're tied up at 15 apiece. And the kicking squad, led by Aaron Lee, will be on the field to kick away to the return squad of Yorktown. Back to return, Silas Cummins and Ephraim Dougherty. Waiting on that official whistle so we can get this third quarter underway. There it is. And Aaron Lee jogs up to the ball and gives this one the high kick to Dougherty to return for Yorktown. Takes it to that far side, and he will be swallowed up in a pile right outside the 25-yard line. So Yorktown takes over, first down and 10. Right at the beginning of the third quarter, tied up at 15, their first opportunity of the night to take a lead.
Yeah, solid field position, and we talked about it at the half. We think Aiden Ewing's going to be the one to come out here, set the tone for the drive. Big half coming up, last half for these seniors from Yorktown High School.
26-yard line is where the Tigers offense starts things off, first down and 10. Moulton will come out in the gun. He's got 3 receivers to his near side, 1 to the far. Moulton will take a high snap and pitch it forward to Dougherty. And Dougherty is going to spin out of one tackle and pick up a few extra yards. We do have a flag down behind the play. Might be a hold coming back against Yorktown.
Yeah, interesting play call there. Really didn't get a chance to get to the outside. Gain of a couple yards, but we're going to see what the refs have for us here in a second.
There's a quick flag, and it will be a hold going against the Tigers, so they'll move back a few yards to replay the first down. First down and long, and that is not the way you want to start your opening drive of the third quarter.
Yeah, we've seen them be able to convert on second, third, and longs earlier in the game, so definitely not out of their control here, but not what you wanted to see after the first play. A lot of yardage to make up.
And Doherty comes off the field for Yorktown. Set up on a new, it's first down and 20 for the Tigers offense. Two receivers stacked on each side. Moulton in the gun. Fires a quick ball to the far side, incomplete. Intended target Quentin Williams on that first down try. Second down and 20 for the Tigers.
Not the start that Yorktown wanted on offense. That hold really held them back from doing what they expected. So big third down here, 3rd and 20 coming up here. Second down
and 20, 11:40 left in the third quarter. Still tied up at 15. And the gun is Moulton. Moulton gets everybody set, takes a snap, and hands off to Ewing. Ewing just a couple yards picked up. It'll be third down and long coming up for the Tigers offense in this third quarter. Big start for Greenfield-Central's defense, though, to open with a good stand. Just one more down to hold up before their offense can get back on the field.
Yeah, they really answered questions about how they were going to respond here. They really haven't let Yorktown do anything, especially after that penalty here. Big third down coming up. See if Greenfield-Central can get the ball back.
Moulton in the gun. He's got trips to his left side, one to his right. In the shotgun formation, back to pass. Moulton goes across the middle, complete to Purdue, and he's going to be pretty close to that first down marker, just a couple of yards short. Fourth down coming up for the Tigers, and might be a decent opportunity to try and sneak one across, and looks like they will indeed try that. Moulton stays in the gun.
It's an interesting decision if they do snap the ball here, given their field position.
Looks like an attempted hard count. He's not going to get anybody to jump. New call coming from the sideline. Doherty in motion. And now back to punt is Moulton. He gives this a good kick, and it is going to take a Yorktown hop down inside the 20, inside the 15, and it'll lay to rest at about the 12-yard line. It's a good play design from the Tigers offense. And now the Cougars have their first offensive try of the third quarter.
Yeah, nice little design quarterback punt. He didn't panic when the call decided to be a punt there. So very quick 3 and out from Yorktown. Going to see what Greenfield-Central has backed up in their own territory.
First down and 10 coming up for the Cougars from their own 13. And on the field, good to see him out under center, is Dallas Freeman. Freeman running a bit of a full house on this first down play. Handoff goes to the far side and plenty of rushing room, taking it ahead. Cooper Hinton takes it for an 11-yard pickup. First down and 10 for the Cougars. Ten minutes left in the third. Still tied up at 15. Full house again. And another handoff, this time for Jake Hinton. And he'll have a decent pickup on first down. 2nd and 5 coming up for Greenfield-Central.
Yeah, a little bit better of an opportunity on the carry there. They look comfortable starting out here running the ball, so Greenfield-Central making a little something out of their first drive back.
2nd and 4 for the Cougars offense. Under center again is Freeman. Puts a man in motion. It's Hinton. Freeman backs out, now takes it for himself. He'll have enough for the first down. Takes it across the 35 to the 37. The Cougars offense off to a quick start in the third quarter. Under 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, good to see him looking healthy, making a strong run. First down for the Cougars. Our first down of the half.
First down and 10. Freeman under center, misdirection play, hands off to Cooper Hinton. And Cooper Hinton will be across the first down marker for another fresh set of downs nearing midfield. 1st and 10 for the Cougars at their own 48.
Yeah, this is starting to look like the way they opened the game. Really good job being efficient on your drive. Blockers all out in front, so it looks like they're recharged and not seeing the same energy out of this team we saw at the end of the half.
Freeman under center again. And it's another quarterback keeper going up the middle. He'll pick up 2 on the play. 2nd and 8 coming up from midfield.
Yeah, decent idea there. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Freeman doing a good job of running the ball whenever they do call his name.
Playing it safe with a full house backfield. 2nd and 9, 8.5 minutes left in the third. Still no score in the second half, 15s on the board. Handoff goes up the middle to Cooper Hinton, and he is brought down after a decent pickup. Making the tackle is Julian McKay, the defensive end. 3rd down and 3 for the Cougars offense, and it's a crucial 3rd down for Yorktown to slow some momentum. Freeman under center. Hands off to Jake Hinton. Jake Hinton has some running room, and he is brought down inside the 35 in Yorktown territory. Plenty of yards picked up for that 1st down. Keeps the drive alive, and the clock is under 8 minutes in the third. Greenfield-Central on a hot start, looking to throw their first punch of the third quarter.
Yeah, the Hinton brothers can both run the ball. They've got a lot of designed runs for both of them here. They've been able to mix it up with a lot of success.
Little read option coming, and Jake Hinton slips up in the backfield. We'll lose a couple on that play. 2nd down and long coming up
for
the Cougars offense.
That decision to pitch the ball back by Freeman was a little bit interesting. It looked like he was just going to go down or, figure something out to make a juke play there, but ended up maybe being to the detriment of that play. Lost him a couple yards.
7 minutes, 25 seconds left on the third quarter clock. Under center again is Dallas Freeman. Freeman. We've got flags on the play. And I think that might go against Yorktown. They're already starting to march backwards. We'll see what the call is. And it is against Yorktown and offsides against the Tigers defense. We'll set Greenfield-Central up in a much better 2nd down position than they were before. Looks like 2nd down and 7 coming up.
This is very familiar to the first drive of the game where they went down well-paced and were able to score 2 flags in a row here. A lot of miscommunication at the line.
And this time a false start against Greenfield-Central. So right back to where they started. It'll be 2nd down and 12 for the Cougars.
Yeah, trading flags there on those kind of plays. This is kind of how the end of the first half went, just trading flags, kind of figuring out field position. But so far, Cougars have been great on this drive. Let's see if they can get some points out of it.
2nd and 12, 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Freeman under center. Off the play, keeps it for himself. Little misdirection. Freeman with running room. Freeman down to the 20, and he is going to be very close to the 1st down. He'll have plenty for it. And the drive stays alive for the Cougars offense in the third quarter. What a start for Greenfield-Central.
Yeah, that defense really wasn't sure where the ball was. He held on to it, a couple missed tackle attempts, found himself a nice 1st down.
Freeman under center. Hands off to Jake Hinton. Hinton inside the 10, down to the 5, and it'll be 1st down and goal. Coming up for the Cougars, they are looking to strike early in this third quarter after a rough end of that first half.
Yeah, Jake and Cooper Hinton doing a beautiful job of running the ball on this drive. That's where most of this yardage has accumulated from.
1st and goal. Freeman under center. They have not moved out of the full house on this drive. Again, a handoff to Jake Hinton. And he is in for the touchdown. Put 6 on the board. It's 21-15. Greenfield-Central back on top for the 3rd time tonight. And will force the Tigers to respond and try to tie this one up on the next drive.
This has been a very back-and-forth game. I expect Yorktown to come out hard here on this next drive, as they did in the first half.
We're already halfway through the third quarter, just over 6 minutes left. And it's a 2-point conversion try coming up. Freeman in the gun, and he will run to the near side, and Dallas Freeman will carry a defender into the end zone and tack 2 onto the end to make it 23-15 in favor of Greenfield-Central, opening up this third quarter with a stellar drive. These two teams will get back at it here in just a couple of moments. We'll send it to a word from our sponsors. Up next, another offense from the Yorktown Tigers on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Candy, please.
Everyone want a free furnace? Here's one for you and you.
Walk the plank, Chad. Here's some candy, kids.
It's the final month to get a free furnace from Peterman Brothers. Visit PetermanHVAC.com to claim yours today.
Could I get one? Sure thing.
Live at Yorktown High School. It's the third quarter between the Yorktown Tigers and the Greenfield-Central Cougars. 23-15 the score. Greenfield-Central strikes first in the second half off a run from Jake Hinton. 2-point conversion from quarterback Dallas Freeman. And it'll be Aaron Lee kicking away back to the Yorktown Tiger return crew of Cummins and Doherty. Here's the kick. And it's going to be Doherty bringing it up for the Tigers. Doherty, the far side, has some running room. Doherty still on his feet. And he is going to be brought down right around the 33-yard line. Excuse me, the opposite side of the 35. It'll be at the 37. First down and 10 for the Tigers, looking to strike back after that 8-point play from the Cougars to open their third quarter.
Yeah, pretty good starting field position here on the drive at the 37-yard line. Going to be a big possession because they have not had Greenfield-Central get the ball back with a chance to go up 2 possessions yet. They can't allow them to do it here.
First down and 10 from the 37. Mason Moulton sticking with a familiar shotgun formation. 2 receivers on each side. 2 on the far side are stacked. Moulton hands off to Ewing to start this drive. Ewing has the edge and plenty of running room. Ewing with a first down and more takes it in to Cougars territory and has a big first down pickup to start off this drive.
That's the guy you need to call to get you some important yardage quickly. Good first down run by Ewing, already across the 50. So a lot of ground already made up. They've just got to take their time and be sure, have a mistake-free end of drive here and get some points before the end of the quarter.
First and 10 on the 48, Greenfield-Central. That was a 15-yard pickup for Ewing. Shotgun formation again for Moulton. 2 receivers at the far, 1 on the near. Moulton, another handoff to Ewing, and Ewing has a decent rush on first down again. 4-yard pickup. 5-yard pickup, second down and 5 for Yorktown.
Yeah, good run again by Ewing. He's going to look to carry the load here. I haven't seen Moulton throw it really in this half. He had a lot of good deep balls in that first half of action, led to 2 scores. It's going to be interesting to see here in the second half of the field if they elect to throw it.
4 wide of the receivers, second down and 6. Moulton, another handoff to Ewing. And he'll fall forward for a pickup of 4 on the play. 3rd and 2 coming up. The stop made up the middle for Greenfield-Central by Braden Flenner.
Yeah, I have to imagine if you're Yorktown, you're not going to see a long field goal attempt tonight. So this is going to be 4-down territory if they end up in this position.
3rd down and 2. Moulton in the gun, surrounded by 2 backs. 1 receiver out to each side. Handoff is to Ewing. Ewing, plenty for the first down, and takes it down to the 36 in Cougar territory to keep this one alive. Fresh set of downs for the Tigers. 4:46 left in the third. 23-15, Cougars lead.
Good job pushing forward, making sure he got that first down so the drive stays alive for the Tigers. Looks to be on the 36-yard line now. Good chance to put some points on the board here, too, and they haven't really even had to throw it on this drive.
First down and 10. Moulton in the gun. Low snap, now takes it for himself to the outside. Moulton bounces out, has some running room, and he'll be dragged down. 3-yard pickup on the play. Flying up to make the stop, Cody Smith for the Cougars.
Yeah, they ended up catching up to him. It looked like he was about to turn the corner and go for a couple more yards, but that defense quickly turned to him and realized who had the ball.
2nd and 8 coming up for the Tigers. Under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Moulton will head back to the line in the gun once again. 2 receivers out to his right, 1 to his left. 1 man in the backfield. Runner in motion is Purdue. A pitch to the near side, taking it around the edge is number 30 for the Tigers. That's Jace Key, and he's got a good pickup on the play. Makes it 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Tigers.
Another big 3rd down here, chewing a lot of clock up at the end of the quarter here. It's going to be interesting to see if they switch things up. Still have not seen a pass attempt when they made it past midfield.
3rd down and 4 for Yorktown. Moulton in the gun, 2 men in the backfield, 1 receiver wide to his left and right. Moulton takes it for himself. He's going to be very close to that first down marker. He might be just a half a yard short. We'll see where the spot is in to make the stop. Number 73, Reese Hill.
Yeah, I like the play call decision, but he was 4 yards out. May have been just a little too much for that call, but 4th and 1 here, it's going to be the offense still out on the field here, so biggest play so far tonight for Yorktown to keep this drive alive at the end of the third quarter.
And this is a big 4th down and 1 for the Tigers, trying to keep Greenfield's offense off the field to avoid going down by 2 scores. Handoff is up the middle to Jace Key, and he is going to be a yard past that first down marker to keep the drive alive. 1st down and 10 for the Tigers. 2 minutes to go in the third, and they are still alive and well now at the 26-yard line in Cougar territory. Looking to tie this one up, down 23-15.
Yeah, they're making great use of the clock, making the most out of every single play, not getting worried when it gets to 3rd or 4th down. They've converted everything so far on this drive.
Moulton in a pistol set. Has Ewing in the backfield. 10 seconds on the play clock. Tries to get the defense to jump. Won't get him, and now is a fake handoff pass complete to Purdue. Purdue lowers the shoulder, and that's about an 8-yard pickup on 1st down. Looks like it's going to be 2nd down and 3 for the Tigers.
Yeah, good pass there. It's the first time we've seen Moulton throw the ball here in a few minutes. So they're very close to being in striking territory. They've really done a good job with the clock here. Kind of what we saw in the first quarter, similarly replicated in the third quarter. 2 long drives. If Yorktown's able to score here, it'll replicate the exact same rhythm we saw in the first.
1 minute left in the third. 2nd down and 4. Moulton in the gun will hand off to Ewing. Flag down on the play, and Ewing short of that 1st down marker, and I believe Yorktown might be marching back, and indeed they will be. So it'll be 2nd down and long coming up for the Tigers. 46 seconds left in the third quarter, down 23-15.
Yeah, that one's going to hurt. They had a lot going for them before that flag there. Seen a couple of flags to start this quarter off, but it's been a while since any mistakes have been made. Yorktown's on their way to a scoring drive here, just got pulled back a little bit.
2nd down and 14 from the 31 in Cougar territory. 45 seconds on the clock as it starts to tick. Moulton moves from the pistol back into the gun, 1 receiver wide. Puts Purdue in motion. Low snap, back to pass from Moulton, and it is incomplete. The intended target, Jace Key. 3rd down and 14 coming up for the Tigers. And another big, big spot for this Tigers offense to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, Cody Smith got off the line there real quick. I almost thought they were going to throw a flag for encroachment, but he got off the line so fast and affected that play. Couldn't help but get the ball away as quick as possible.
These outside linebackers and the defensive ends getting off the ball quickly and causing Mason Moulton some issues in the backfield with his decision-making. 3rd down and 14, 28 seconds left in the third. Moulton in the gun. 3 to his right, 1 to his left, back to pass. Moulton fires across the middle, and it is complete inside the 5. And Cole Perdue was the intended target. Referee signal incomplete. Looked like for a second he had that wrapped up to the ground. It'll fall out. 4th down and 14 coming up for Yorktown.
It was still pretty good ball placement by Moulton. It took us a little while to figure that out. But a big play here in some awkward territory. They've got to go for it. Too deep for a field goal. Not going to help anyways, down 8. So the offense still out there, 4th and 14.
4th and 14, 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Stack 2 receivers each side. Moulton back to pass, plenty of time, fires well across the middle, complete, and in the end zone. Big reception for Quentin Williams, the 31-yard catch and run, and what a dime for Mason Moulton as well. Plenty of time in the pocket, and adds 6 to the total. 23-21 the score, 13 seconds left in the third quarter. Mason Moulton, a heck of a job to find Quentin Williams in the end zone.
That's about as well timed of a play as we've seen. 4th and long, pretty much everything riding on that play. And he converts in the most necessary time, and that's also Quentin Williams. You caught that 3rd and 22 in the first quarter. Very good connection there in the most crucial of times.
2-point conversion coming up for the Tigers. Receivers are 4 wide, Moulton in the gun. Back to pass, fires end zone, incomplete. Oh no, it is complete. It snuck through the hands of Quentin Williams and got to Ephraim Doherty to make it 23-23. We didn't have a great view of it from up here. Looked like it was incomplete, but the Tigers answer right back in the third quarter as they have done all night. And we're knotted up at 23 apiece with 13 seconds left in the third quarter. We have a shootout on our hands, ladies and gentlemen, and the Yorktown Tigers respond to the Greenfield-Central Cougars at the end of that third quarter.
Yeah, best football gets played late in the season, and last week we saw a clutch comeback, competitive game, tied late going into the fourth quarter, and this is what we're going to see tonight. Going into the fourth quarter, 23-23, exactly the type of game you want to see on senior night.
You talked about it from the beginning of the season. When we get around this time, the beginning of October, this is when things start to pick up for a lot of teams. You're getting closer to that sectional playoff time. Everybody getting ready, trying to dial themselves up to make a run at that IHSAA state championship. Julian McKay will kick off for the Tigers. And Kirk Connect, along with Cooper Hinton, back to return for Greenfield-Central. McKay, the run up and gives it a low kick, which will be fielded by number 9, Boston Willard, and he will run out of bounds at the 35-yard line. That's where Greenfield-Central will take over. 10 seconds left in this third quarter. We're all tied up again at 23 apiece.
Going to be time for probably one play here. I expect to see them come out with a run to end this quarter. It's going to be a very interesting fourth quarter. Can't waste any time. Got to make the most out of every play here.
I would not be surprised instead of a run if we see an attempted pass from Dallas Freeman to Kirk Connect. This has been a big matchup that we've seen all night tonight. Dallas Freeman loving to drop it in to the breadbasket of his senior receiver. Full house formation, Freeman under center. Tries the hard count, gets no one to jump. Now looking to the sideline for a new call. 15 seconds on the play clock. New call coming in for Freeman. Freeman will pull and run for himself. Freeman, enough for the first down with 5 seconds left on the game clock. The Cougars now set up at the 47-yard line in their own territory.
That was as good as time management and productive yardage as you could ask for. First down before the half here, about at midfield. Starting off with a very good drive here off the answer from Yorktown.
5 seconds left in the third. Freeman under center. Freeman puts a man in motion. We've got flags flying all over the place. And it's going to be a false start going against Greenfield-Central, so they'll get backed up 5. First down and 15 coming up for the Cougs.
Yeah, that's kind of, the least fortunate kind of penalty you can afford right before the half there. Dead ball penalty. So they're going to be backed up 1st and 15 here with 5 seconds to go.
1st and 15, Freeman under center. Puts Cooper Hinton in motion. Little pitch. Back to Hinton. Hinton with running room stays on his feet. And he's going to set up 2nd down and 9. When we come back in the 4th quarter, we're all tied up at 23 apiece. Head into the 4th, and we have ourselves a heck of a ball game tonight, folks. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Here goes a couple of words from our sponsors on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Hi, my name is Jason Warner of Warner Financial, an independent investment firm here in Indianapolis. With 10 years of experience as an independent advisor, we provide value to our clients by creating customized investment solutions ranging from managed personal portfolios, 401k planning, and income distribution for retirement plans. We have built Warner Financial with a strong focus in research, diligence to all of our plans, and strong communication with every client. We would love the opportunity to show you our process with a no-cost consultation to discuss your financial future.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
We're live at Yorktown High School and IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. The beginning of the 4th quarter, we're all tied up at 23 apiece between the Greenfield-Central Cougars and the Yorktown Tigers. Colin Eccles joined by Vince Reimers. 2nd down and 9. Dallas Freeman under center. Fumble on the ground. Ball is loose, and it's Yorktown's football. Yorktown starts the 4th quarter out with a huge play on the defensive side. The mishandle on the handoff between Dallas Freeman and Cooper Hinton puts the ball on the floor, and Yorktown right back on top of it and gets a chance at their first lead of the evening, just like they had in the 3rd quarter. Huge opening play in the 4th.
Yeah, first turnover of the game comes at a very unpredictable time. First play of the 4th quarter. We're going to see Yorktown take the ball right past midfield. Perfect time for them to take the ball back.
1st down and 10. Moulton will come out in the gun. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. 1st and 10 from the Tigers from the 47 in GC territory. Moulton off the snap. Back to pass. Plenty of time, fires deep across the middle and nearly intercepted. Miscommunication between him and his intended receiver. Looks like that was Doherty he was aiming for. Very lucky that Noah Long didn't come up with an INT on that play.
Yeah, based on the way they've been play calling, a little bit surprising to see him go long there on 1st down, right at midfield, but nonetheless, 2nd and 10. Great pickup off the turnover. They got a chance to do something here early in the 4th quarter.
2nd down and 10. 11:47 left in regulation. We're tied at 23. Moulton in the gun, 2 to his right, 1 to his left with receivers. Moulton hands off to Ewing. Ewing taking his time, finds a hole up the middle. We got a flag down on the play, but for now, Ewing marked a couple yards short of 1st down. See what the flag is on the call from the referees, and I think it's a hold against the Tigers.
Yeah, any flag at this point in the game is a drive killer. We've seen Yorktown make up for some of those and convert on long plays, but a big-time flag here nonetheless.
And those flags do go from the spot. So replaying 2nd down. It'll be about a 2nd and 12, 2nd and 13 coming up. Excuse me, it'll be a 2nd. And we'll see what the official spot is. 2nd and 20 for the Tigers. Moulton in the gun. 2 receivers out to each side. Ewing solo in the backfield. Moulton back to pass on 2nd and 20. Airs one long down the sideline. Complete! And taking it into the end zone is Quentin Williams. Huge 2nd down and 20 play. Add 6 to the total. 29-23. Yorktown in front for the first time tonight in the early goings of this fourth quarter. 11-18 left in regulation, and the Tigers strike twice in the fourth.
Yeah, that was a heck of a throw by Moulton. Quentin Williams does an excellent job of catching these balls. Well-timed. You can tell this duo has been together a while and is doing an outstanding job of coming together at the most important time in the game.
Henry Weaver on to attempt the PAT. Weaver will split the uprights and make this a 30-23 game in the beginning of the fourth quarter. Huge start on the completion from Mason Moulton to Quentin Williams to break this one open and give the Tigers their first lead of tonight's ball game.
Yeah, they picked up that fumble on the first play of the quarter. Moulton was looking to launch immediately. Had one incomplete pass on the left side, but then took a rocket chance down the right side, and Quentin Williams was there for his 2nd touchdown catch of the half. So big play for the Yorktown Tigers. Puts them up 7. 11 minutes to go in this quarter, and Greenfield-Central now has to do something.
And Quentin Williams toasted his defender. I believe that was Zach Waterman, who was moving down the field. Heck of a play from the senior quarterback Mason Moulton to the senior receiver Quentin Williams. I tell you what, senior night, always a great night, and great to see the seniors get after it and come up with some big plays as well in front of the hometown crowd. Yorktown really shows out for their home games as well. The stands are packed, electric atmosphere, and getting ready to kick away for the Tigers is Julian McKay to return for the Cougars. Cooper Hinton and Kirk Connect. High kick is going to be picked up by Hinton. Hinton on the far sideline. He's not going to get far. And the Cougars will take the field on the offensive side for the 2nd time in this fourth quarter. First one ended in a fumble.
Yeah, big possession here. We haven't seen them down yet and how they're going to respond. But last time out, a fumble to start the quarter off. So it's their 2nd time back out on the field in this fourth quarter. This time, solid starting position right past the 30-yard line.
First down and 10 for the Cougars offense. They're taking it from their own 33. 11 minutes, 13 seconds left in the fourth. Yorktown leads 30-23. Sticking with a full house look is Dallas Freeman. Freeman hands off to Jake Hinton, and Hinton, good pickup on first down, 2nd and 3 coming up.
Yeah, they've been really the reliable carriers this half. Jake and Cooper Hinton both carrying the ball down the field, and they're wasting no time here. It seems to be this clock is an issue for them.
Handoff again to Jake Hinton, and Hinton will take it near midfield, down at the 47. First down and 10, fresh set for the Cougars.
Yeah, it's interesting to see they're not really playing the seconds in between the play the same as they were. They're not wasting any time at all lining up. I think they're really trying to gas this Yorktown defense down and capitalize on yardage where they're not expecting to snap the ball.
Freeman under center again. This time takes it for himself. Fumble again. And we'll see what referees say. Looks like Freeman got back on top of it. 2nd down and short. Looks like 2nd down and 5 is going to be the official spot from the referees. 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, right past the 50. Good position here.
Freeman another handoff to Jake Hinton, and Hinton has picked up another first down. 7-yard run on the play. First down and 10 now at the 42-yard line in Yorktown territory.
Yeah, Coach Nolting must have checked on the line and made sure they were ready to go because they're charged up and really carrying most of the workload here. Looks like they didn't get a man off the field in time, and crowd wanted the flag, and it looks like they're going to get it.
They will get a flag. Yorktown not able to get their 12th man off the field. So this hurry-up offense is really proven to be a test for the defense of the Tigers. Greenfield-Central continuing to march down the field on this drive, looking to answer back for the first time that they've had to do that tonight. They trail 30-23 to the Tigers.
It's a few times now we've seen flags thrown at the beginning of the fourth quarter. You can bet that this is going to be a competitive contest near the end here. Haven't seen a lot of flags tonight so far, but ball seems to be placed at the 40-yard line. The ref's still going over exactly how we're going to start off this next play.
So the call is 12 men on the field going against the Tigers. Not sure where the spot will be. And it will be from the first down. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty, first down and 5 coming up for the Cougars. Sticking with the full house, Dallas Freeman under center. Freeman off the snap, hands off to Jake Hinton. And Hinton will slip through one tackle and be downed very close to that first down marker. No signal on a first down spot or not. Looks like he's going to be about a half a yard short. Second down and 1 coming up for Greenfield-Central.
Yeah, he was down and then tried to hop a little bit extra for the yardage. Didn't get it. Looks like an inside handoff from Freeman.
Handoff goes up the middle. The carrier, Jacob Van Oosdel. And it is enough for the first down. 4-yard rush on the play. Brings up a fresh set for Greenfield-Central. And 9 minutes and 18 seconds on the game clock. It's a 30-23 lead for the hometown Yorktown Tigers. Under center is Dallas Freeman. First and 10 from the 30. Fakes the handoff, keeps it for himself, slips one tackle, and now will pick up a good amount of yardage on first down. In on the stop, Noah Long and Aiden Ewing. Under 9 minutes left in quarter number 4. 30-23 is the score. Second down and 3 for the Cougars. Freeman, another keeper, tries to spin away from one tackle, and he will be right down near the first down marker. And we've got a hold going against the Cougars. So the ball will move right back away from that first down marker. And that's a big sigh of relief and some wind out of the sails of a Cougars offense who's been chugging on this drive. Have not really had any difficulty moving the ball.
Yeah, definitely. I'm surprised Freeman's been running the ball as much as he has. That's 2 fumbles now in this fourth quarter, one that he's gotten back. But a total drive killer on that flag here.
Second and 12. Freeman hands off to Jake Hinton, and Jake Hinton stopped in the backfield by Sean Gibson. Coming up to make the stop. Third down and 13 with 8 minutes and 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and this is a big third down coming up for the Cougars.
Yeah, you have to think with the position here. This is 4-down territory with 8 minutes to go in the game, but they haven't been put in this position yet tonight.
Third down and 12. Pistol formation for Dallas Freeman. Back to pass. Looks to the near sideline, and it is waiting on the call. It is caught by Kirk Connect. The tackle made again by Sean Gibson, who I thought had a hand on it and might have knocked it loose. Fourth down and 3 for the Cougars offense, and a huge fourth down at that. 7.5 minutes left in regulation. It's a 30-23 lead for the Tigers.
We've seen them be able to convert these 4th and short plays tonight. This one, the biggest play of the game yet, to see if they're going to keep the drive alive and be able to respond. Not a lot of time left to get the ball back. Their defense would have to be perfect going down the stretch.
Freeman under center, and we've got whistles blowing on the field. A timeout taken by Greenfield-Central. Head coach Travis Nolting didn't like the look he was getting on that offensive side. 4th down and 3 is what's coming up. 7 minutes and 10 seconds left in the fourth. 30-23 the lead for Yorktown. We'll keep this one here. It's been a very exciting fourth quarter. This is a very big drive for Greenfield-Central as well. They've chewed a lot of clock. They're looking to respond for the first time to Yorktown. Yorktown has their first lead of the game, 30-23. They've been responding all night. What a fourth quarter this has been. Yorktown got off to a hot start.
Yeah, it's really been the first time Cougars have had their backs against the wall. They have no room for error now. Faced with a short 4th and 3, and they've had a couple of 4th and shorts so far tonight, and they've been able to convert.
To all of our viewers, if you're watching this and you see that camera shaking in this fourth quarter, that's the Yorktown stands going crazy up here in the press box. A lot of stomping on this 4th down and 3, trying to will their defense to a stop that could prove critical with the amount of time that's been chewed off the clock on all of these drives. This might be a last-ditch opportunity for Greenfield-Central on 4th down and 3. 7 minutes and 10 seconds left in regulation. Here come the shakes on the camera. 30-23 is the score. Freeman, pistol formation. Will try to take it for himself, and he is going to be short of the first down. Yorktown's defense comes up huge. Leading the way, Landon Kelly getting into the backfield to make the stop.
Huge 4th down stop. Just didn't get far enough for the line to push him. Yorktown's going to take over. A total swing of momentum for the home team.
Julian McKay also in to lead the charge for the Yorktown defense, and that is a huge 4th down stop to give Yorktown possession back with 7 minutes left in the fourth. They'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 24, up 7.
Yeah, at this point, you have to think they're going to run some clock, going to run the ball. Ewing still looks fresh out there. He's been gaining yards all second half. So if you're Greenfield-Central, do not let them accumulate first downs here, or even get to midfield if you want the ball back.
1st down and 10, shotgun formation coming up for Moulton. Puts Doherty in motion. Handoff to Ewing up the middle, and Ewing will go backwards a yard, 2nd and 11.
Yeah, pretty predictable play call there. They did a good job of reading it, but big defensive opportunity here. This is really, it's going to tell the story of this fourth quarter. If they can get him off the field here within, getting 1 or 2 first downs, they've actually got a chance still. But Yorktown controls the fate of their senior night here coming up. 30-23, 6:30 left in the game.
2nd and 11. Moulton in the gun, has 4 receivers wide. 12 seconds on the play clock. Moulton, high snap, over his head, and ball is loose. It's Greenfield-Central football on the 2-yard line. You want to talk about a change in momentum. Greenfield-Central now has the ball 1st and goal with only 2 or 3 yards to go.
Big momentum swing. We saw a fumble to start out the quarter, and right when Yorktown was in a comfortable spot and just had to play safe, run some clock down, and put themselves in, confident standing to win this game. One play can change everything in the game of football, and that turnover put Greenfield-Central right back in it.
Freeman will go full house under center. Hands off, and that is going to be short. The ball carrier, Jake Hinton, making the big stop for the defense. Number 39 is Cummins. 2nd and goal now for the Cougars. Again, full house. Freeman tries to take it for himself, and he will shove his way into the end zone. 30-29 with 5 minutes and 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
One interesting thing here is I'm pretty sure they're going to go for the extra point, but given this situation, if they go for 2, it's going to completely change the mentality of this game. It's going to be hard to tell if they're going to get the ball back with enough time to really go down the field here. So really crucial decision coming, whether they're going to kick it. Hard to tell.
Goal line stand coming up. Full house formation. Freeman under center. Looking to go for 2. He'll call a timeout. And I think Greenfield-Central might be rethinking their decision to go for 2. Do you go for 2 on the road and try to pull out the win? Do you go for one play at safe? Because if they don't get this 2-point conversion, still a 1-point lead for Yorktown. We got less than 6 minutes on the game clock.
Yeah, in this situation, because of the way this game is gone, with the momentum swings and everything going in Yorktown's favor, I don't know if I'm going to go for two in this situation after the touchdown. If you don't happen to get the ball back with enough time to go down and put some points on the board, that's going to be the issue because Yorktown's looked good other than one messed up snap that caused the turnover. Moulton's been careful with the ball. Ewing hasn't really had any trouble fumbling, so I have confidence that Yorktown can put together another scoring drive themselves. But as for Greenfield-Central, I would kick the extra point, make sure you don't jeopardize what turned out to be a completely momentum change. You're putting yourself back in the game.
You'd almost think that with this little time left and after that big fourth down stand, you don't go in the gun. You go under center if you're Moulton and just run easy plays that chew a lot of clock. But here we are. And it looks like it's going to be a 2-point try for the Cougars. Yorktown up 30-29. 2-point conversion coming. It's Freeman under center. Freeman hands off to Milton. And Hinton is short of the line. The 2-point conversion is no good. Cooper Hinton can't make his way in. The lead stays 30-29 for the Yorktown Tigers. And they'll get the ball back with less than 6 minutes on the clock. And this is where that clock management and chewing time off starts to come into play.
Yeah, that was a championship level play. They were, poised with a really difficult situation. Greenfield-Central really made them challenge them at the line of scrimmage there for the 2-point conversion. But they held their ground, keep the 1-point lead in this fourth quarter of action, given that turnover. 30-29 Tigers late in the contest.
Credit that right side of the defense, left side if you're looking at it from Greenfield-Central's view, on getting in and making a huge defensive stand on that goal line. No 2-point conversion, 30-29, Yorktown in front. The number 8 team in the class of 4A, trailing 1, less than 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
A lot of decisions to make here. If they didn't get that fumble, it was going to be interesting to see how that drive played out for Yorktown. So here's our first real sign of Greenfield-Central being down, Yorktown getting the ball back for another drive. A lot to consider here for Yorktown as they get the ball back.
Aaron Lee kicking off for the Cougars. Doherty and Cummins back to return for Yorktown. High kick. It's Cummins. Streaking to the near side, cuts back to the middle, and is brought down at the 27-yard line in Yorktown territory. 5 minutes, 49 seconds left in regulation. It's a 1-point lead for Yorktown, 30-29. Still plenty of time for something to happen. But with the way these drives have been working, aside from the big turnover by both sides so far tonight, they've taken up a lot of time just moving the ball up the field at a somewhat regular pace.
Yeah, other than that turnover, the offense has had probably their most efficient game of the year. Moulton's looked great out there. The line taking care of all the business up front.
Moulton, another bad snap, ball on the ground, and Greenfield-Central is back on top of it again. 2 drives in a row, 2 plays in a row, 2 fumbles in a row, and 2 defensive recoveries for Greenfield-Central.
Now, you told me something before the game, and we were talking about a prospect who hit the lottery twice. That is the equivalent, if you're the opposing team down 7 going into the quarter, of hitting the lottery twice.
First down and 10 for the Cougars from the 27. Freeman under center. Hands off to Jake Hinton, and Hinton drugged down in the backfield. Sean Gibson in on the play.
Yeah, you can tell Yorktown's mad right now. They've got a lot of steam coming off that turnover, as they should. Can't let them get close to the goal line here. Forcing a field goal would be their best opportunity getting this ball back.
And player down on the field is Ewing signaling the cramp. Second down and 10 coming up for Greenfield-Central. Got less than 6 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Yorktown leads 30-29, 2 plays in a row. One over the head of Moulton results in a first down and goal for the Cougars from the 2. They score the touchdown, can't convert on the 2-point conversion. After the kickoff, bad handoff from Moulton to Ewing. Ball on the ground again, Cougars back on top. now faced with a 2nd down and 9. 5:19 left in the fourth quarter. They trail by 1. If this game ends up walking away with Greenfield-Central staying 6-1 and staying in that top 10 for 4A, you have to look at it from the Yorktown perspective. You shot yourself in the foot a couple of times, big time. No turnovers in the game at all. You come to the fourth quarter, fumble twice, and now you've put Greenfield-Central in good field position.
Yeah, they're not the typical type of turnovers you think of when you think of your team messing up and, not executing the way you practice. The line really isn't the first suspect for turnovers, but 2 in a row, that definitely is attributed to mental mistakes late in the game.
2nd down and 9. Freeman, hand off to Cooper Hinton, and he's going to go nowhere in the backfield to make the stop. Jace Key. 3rd down and 10. And the Yorktown defense staying alive, staying alert. 2 big stops in a row.
Yeah, for some reason, Greenfield-Central thought that running the ball there was going to be easy. Yorktown challenging them, making them realize nothing's going to come easy late here. Big 3rd down coming. 3rd and 8 for the Cougars.
This linebacking core is a stone wall for Yorktown's defense. Timeout on the field. Looks like it's an official's timeout. No team making their way to the sideline. And I think it might be something with the clock.
A lot of confusion as to what's going on. It looks like they're just trying to place the ball correctly on the field, but
4:50 is what is on the game clock. It was at 4:19. 3rd down and 11 for the Cougars. Big 3rd down play for Yorktown's defense. Freeman with 18 seconds on the play clock. He's got 3 receivers out to his right, 1 to his left. He backs up into the pistol. A lot of shaking going on the camera. Freeman back to pass. Looks across the middle. It's complete to Connect. Connect headed to the end zone, and Connect is down inside the 5. 1st down and goal coming up for the Cougars.
that was incredible timing, incredible move after the catch. Fourth quarter seems to be the time for Connect. Call it Connect 4.
Cummings makes the stop for Yorktown. It prevents Connect from getting into the end zone, but it'll be 1st down and goal from the 4. And 4 minutes and 25 seconds left in this fourth quarter. It's a 30-29 lead for Yorktown. Greenfield-Central knocking on the door, looking to keep their top 10 standing alive.
Few yards out, and that clock continues to run. They just had a lot of squabble in the stands about that clock stopping.
Freeman under center. Hands off to Jake Hinton, and Jake Hinton is stopped short at the 1. 2nd down and goal coming up for the Cougars.
Big stop here, but the clock continues to run. That might be an issue for Yorktown as they take the ball back after this drive. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. They're going to need to go for 2. That is Greenfield if they do get this.
Freeman under center, the last stop made by Sean Gibson and Jace Key. Freeman in the full house. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. They're going to let this clock tick all the way down. 7 seconds on the play clock. Freeman hands off again to Jake Hinton, and Jake Hinton will march it into the end zone for a touchdown to make it 35-30. Cougars back in front. An extra point makes it only a 6-point lead, giving Yorktown the opportunity to retake the lead with 7 points of their own. A 2-point conversion makes it 7. And that'll be the difference between overtime and a regulation finish.
Yeah, this always interests me with these teams that go for 2-point conversions all the time. It really turns into this game of weighing out risk and determining, if you don't get it, how much do you have to make up? But this is a crucial makeup attempt. It'll put them up 7 and give them a small security blanket if they do.
Freeman fires to the end zone, and it is no good for the second two-point try in a row. 35-30 remains the score. Yorktown's defense stops two-point conversions in a row. Now it's time to see Yorktown's offense back on the field. They've been struggling on the past two drives, 2 fumbles, both resulting in touchdowns for Greenfield-Central. The Tigers now forced to be throwing the punches back in a defensive way to try and catch back up to the Cougars as they trail by 5. Enough time on the clock to do so, though. 3:21 left in the fourth quarter. That's enough time to make your way down the field and put some points up on the board. Mind you, just 6 points puts you back in front of your Yorktown. All you got to do is find your way into that end zone.
Yeah, if this offensive line gets their composure together and doesn't fumble or turn the ball over here as we've seen them do this fourth quarter, I think Yorktown's got a great chance of going down the field and scoring, taking this lead back. But this two-point conversion attempts that the Greenfield-Central has really doomed them in terms of security late in the game.
Cummings and Doherty back to return for the Tigers. Aaron Lee will be kicking away for Greenfield-Central. Lee waiting on the whistle from the referees. He gives it a low kick up the middle. Hansen will fall on it at the 33-yard line. First down and 10 coming up for the Yorktown Tigers. They trail 35-30. 3 minutes and 21 seconds left in this fourth quarter. And it's coming down to crunch time for Yorktown. They've had plenty of opportunity to stay ahead. They've had the lead once in this game. Other than that, they've been playing catch-up. Time for Mason Moulton and his offensive squad to get things moving back towards the end zone.
Yeah, assuming Aiden Ewing is back and ready to run out there. He cramped last time on the field and went down for a moment. His offense is poised to cap it off with a big drive here.
First down and 10 from the 33. 4 receivers wide, Ewing in the backfield. Moulton, good snap, and we've got flags on this first play. And it is a false start going against Yorktown, so it'll be first down and 15 for the Tigers.
A tough penalty there given the situation. On the first play of each of their last 3 drives, they've had something go wrong or hold them back. It's going to be crucial to see them have a few productive plays here without penalties or turnovers.
3 minutes and 19 seconds on the game clock. 2 receivers to the near, 1 to the far from Moulton. He's back in the gun. Moulton fakes the handoff, now passes the near side complete to Quentin Williams, and Williams picks up 8 on the play. 2nd and 7 coming up for Yorktown.
He got out of bounds, though. The clock will stop to their benefit. Big play coming up, only a 2-yard pickup, though, as we see. So 3:11 on the clock, down 5.
2nd down and 7. Under center, back in the gun is Moulton. He's got 4 receivers wide. Moulton, big pass across the middle, complete for a first down near midfield for Cole Perdue.
Yeah, he had that penalty on that false start a minute ago, but redeems himself there with the first down catch. Almost at the 50-yard line already. Yorktown's moving fast.
3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 from the 47. Moulton comes out in the gun again. Will stick with 4 receivers wide, just Ewing in the backfield. And the receivers will stack up near the sidelines. Moulton hands off to Ewing, and Ewing stopped in the backfield in to make the stop. Number 21, Jake Hinton.
This is crucial. They're going to need a little bit of help from their run game as they've had all night. But a few negative plays like that are going to hold them back. It's coming into 4-down territory, 4-down time in the game. So every down counts. They will have an extra one if it gets to that point, but the clock's still running. 2:20 left in the contest.
Gun formation. 1 receiver wide. Both sides for Moulton. Moulton back to pass, has pressure up the middle, and has to throw it out of bounds. Coming up 3rd down and 10.
Luckily, he was out of the pocket there. He's not going to get called for intentional grounding, but that was close. He was looking to get rid of it with all means necessary at the end of that play.
3rd down and 10. 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. A big 3rd down arguably the biggest third down of the game that we've seen so far.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of big ones, and they've converted on each of them so far tonight.
4 receivers wide for Moulton in the gun. Moulton back to pass. Pressure up the middle, and Moulton slung down in the backfield. In to make the stop for Greenfield-Central. Zachary Blevins came screaming up the middle, and now it's 4th down and a long, long way for the Tigers offense.
We have seen a 3rd and 22 conversion tonight, so nothing is out of the question here for Mason Moulton in this offense. Big play coming up, 4th down.
And whistles blow. It's going to be a timeout on the field for Greenfield-Central. We got a minute 30 left in the 4th quarter. 35-30 lead for the Cougars over Yorktown. It's a 4th and 21 coming up from their own 36. Big spot for Mason Moulton. Big spot for his receivers. Quentin Williams had 2 big pickups earlier in the 1st quarter. One of them on 3rd down and 22. Very, very crucial 4th down play coming up for the Tigers offense. This is the make or break in a win and keeping Greenfield-Central at 6-1 and ranked in the top 10 in 4A, or keeping that win streak alive for Yorktown on senior night.
Yeah, it's going to hurt no matter who's on the losing end of this. Both teams have played outstanding tonight. We've seen big plays, some highlight reel-level plays from both sides. But Quentin Williams has been very impressive. Both of the touchdowns he's reeled in and big play conversions have really stood out to me tonight.
4th down and 21 coming up for the Tigers offense. 1:31 left in this 4th quarter. 4 receivers wide. Moulton in the gun. Moulton gets a good snap. Back to pass. Rolling to his right, fires down the sideline. Incomplete. Dropped by Quentin Williams. We've got a flag in the backfield. And I believe it's going to be a hold, which will be declined. And Greenfield-Central will take over with a minute 24 left in regulation.
It was a tough break there. I really thought he was going to haul that ball in. Looked like he was just looking ahead maybe a second early, but nonetheless, Greenfield-Central is going to take over. It's hard to imagine, just given the fumbles that they had at the beginning of the quarter, being down 7, but they really turned this thing around in lieu of those fumbles.
1st down and 10 for Greenfield-Central. A minute 24 left in the 4th, and you can imagine that it's going to be clock management time up 5, 35-30 over Yorktown.
Yeah, timeouts are crucial here, but there's just not enough time, even with those, to get any big plays or any comfortable amount of time to move down the field.
Crazier things have happened. Freeman under center, hands off to number 36, Jacob Van Osdel. It's a 4-yard pickup, 2nd and 6 coming up. Timeout taken by the Tigers.
Yeah, predictable timeout. Good job. So a very tough 4th quarter here. It's been very back and forth. We went in, Greenfield-Central being down. A nice rocket throw by Mason Moulton. He hit Quentin Williams on the right side in the end zone. It was looking like Yorktown was going to run away with this due to the momentum, but a crazy swing of events due to 2 fumbles by the offensive line on miscues from the snap.
It'll be 2nd down and 7 coming up for Greenfield-Central. Just a minute 20 left in this 4th quarter. They lead 35-30 over Yorktown on Yorktown's senior night, which will make a loss like this that much more bitter for the Tigers. 1 1st down should put it away for Greenfield-Central. Yorktown still a couple of timeouts. We've seen crazier things happen in past weeks. Nothing saying that Yorktown can't find a way to win this one. Freeman hands off to Jake Hinton, and Hinton still moving. Brings it to a 3rd down and 2. Another timeout taken by Yorktown.
This is pretty much the game on this next run. they're able to prevent him from getting this first down, then we can talk. But it all comes down to this one play, 1:14 to go. It's been an outstanding game tonight. Both teams have really left it all out there, as they like to say. A lot of outstanding offensive drives. Both teams have impressed me, but Yorktown came to compete tonight. They're a much improved team altogether from what we saw at Delta a few weeks back.
3rd down and 2. That's what the Cougars are faced with on this next play. Big final 1 minute and 14 seconds coming up for the Tigers, who, regardless of the outcome of this game, have played a phenomenal night tonight. Other than 2 fumbles, really on all sides of the ball. The defense doing a great job coming up with some big 4th down stops, stopping 2 2-point conversions. The offense matching tempo with Greenfield-Central all night, responding drive after drive, matching touchdowns. But in the end, it's going to be those 2 fumbles that are going to be the killer for Yorktown. 3rd down and 2. Freeman will keep it for himself, and he is going to have the first down with 1 minute to go in the 4th quarter. That's pretty much going to seal the deal for Greenfield-Central.
Very tactical way to end the game. Still trying to measure things out and get the clock figured out here, but official timeout looks to be on the field as they measure this out.
The spot was very, very close to a first down. We've seen a couple of big 4th down stops already by Yorktown's defense tonight. We'll see where this spot is. And it's going to be inches that this football either clears or misses by. We'll see coming up. Chain gang out near the ball. And Greenfield-Central signaling the first down, and it is the first down for the Greenfield-Central Cougars. 1:06 left on this 4th quarter clock. They lead 35-30 over the Yorktown Tigers. And with that first down, a couple of knees away from being out of this one. And remaining in the top 10 in Class 4A for Indiana high school football.
Yeah, just too many timeouts have already been used here. You can imagine Yorktown isn't going to call their last, but it was a very competitive effort tonight from both sides. Almost a complete 48 minutes from both teams, but a few turnovers really flipped this thing and made it an interesting game late.
A timeout is taken by the Yorktown Tigers, just a minute left. And with a fresh set of downs for Greenfield-Central, it is going to be very tough for Yorktown to get this one done and find a way back in front on the scoreboard. Regardless, heck of a ball game for both these 2 teams. I think this one definitely rivals our game last week between Tri-West and Lebanon. We got another big one coming up in a couple of weeks. It'll be New Pal and Delta that will round out the regular season for us. That one will be at Delta. So another exciting game coming up. I tell you what, as it gets into October, you've been saying it since the beginning of the year, this is when high school football in Indiana starts to get really exciting. And it's a knee and a flag out on the play. I think we're going to have an offsides against Yorktown as they jumped across the line just a little bit too quick.
Can't blame them there, just trying to figure something out to get a fumble. We've seen crazier things happen, but they're going to keep the ball. False start on the offense, actually. So a clock stop and 1st and 15 when the clock resumes.
1st and 15 coming up for the Cougars. This will be a false start. 35-30 lead. 1 minute, 6 seconds left. They're in victory formation. Waiting on the officials to give the all clear for the snap. Freeman under center. Will take the snap and kneel. And we got some pushing and shoving going on in the pile. Yorktown looking for a flag. They won't get it. There's 47 seconds left on the game clock. Tigers down by 5. It'll be victory formation again coming up for Freeman and the Cougars offense.
This one will be the last knee whenever they do take it. Just trying to set the line of scrimmage.
And we've got another flag on the field against Yorktown. And I think we're going to have an unsportsmanlike conduct going against Yorktown. And being down this late in the game, keeping that cool-headedness, being down and talking to officials. You got to keep your cool head into the final moments of this game, even if it isn't going your way. For the Tigers, there's 27 seconds left on the clock. One more knee is going to run this out. And Greenfield-Central will improve to 6-1 on the year. The 2-game winning streak for Yorktown will come to a close. They will fall to 4-3 after this one. And we'll give you a look at their upcoming schedules in our post-game coverage. First down and 10 for the Cougars. It'll be one more kneel, and they'll be out of it and remain in the top 10 in 4A football for Indiana.
It was an incredible turnaround. You could say, it was a little bit of luck getting those fumbles off of the ground from Yorktown, but it looked all but over. The clock was against them. They were down 7. Done a beautiful job here of getting back in the game and closing things. Still trying to figure out the situation with the clock after that penalty here.
It is a first down and 10. Clock starts to tick again. 23 seconds on the clock. And there will be no more knee. The teams will make their way to the 50 to shake things up after a hard-fought battle by both sides. 35-30, the final score. Greenfield-Central walks away 6-1 and remains in the top 10 for 4A football. Yorktown will fall to 4-3 and end their 2-game losing streak. We'll be back in a couple of minutes after a word from a few of our sponsors for some post-game coverage, a look at the upcoming schedules for both of these teams and our own. And then we'll go ahead and sign things off not long after that. You're listening to IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at genesissportsperformance.com. Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
Everyone want a free furnace? Here's one for you and you.
Walk the plank, Chad. Here's some candy, kids.
It's the final month to get a free furnace from Peterman Brothers. Visit PetermanHVAC.com to claim yours today.
Could I get one? Sure thing.
The Mower Shop in Fishers is the one-stop shop for all of your lawn maintenance needs. We have a huge selection of Honda and Toro lawnmowers in stock and even more to choose from online. Plus, we carry parts and accessories with super fast shipping. Just need maintenance or repairs? We offer that too, and we'll even deliver. The Mower Shop, family owned for more than 20 years. Visit our showroom just west of State Road 37 in Fishers or shop online at themowershop.com.
Hi, My name is Jason Werner of Werner Financial, an independent investment firm here in Indianapolis. With 10 years of experience as an independent advisor, we provide value to our clients by creating customized investment solutions ranging from managed personal portfolios, 401k planning, and income distribution for retirement plans. We have built Werner Financial with a strong focus in research, diligence to all of our plans, and strong communication with every client. We would love the opportunity to show you our process with a no-cost consultation to discuss your financial future.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
We're live postgame at Yorktown High School on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. My name is Colin Eccles, joined by Vince Reimer. The final tonight, Greenfield-Central walks away 6-1 with a 35-30 win over Yorktown, who will fall to 4-3 after tonight. Here's a look at the upcoming schedule for Greenfield-Central. After tonight, they are at home again against Delta at 7:30. Yorktown, on the other hand, will be hosting Pendleton Heights this time next week at 7. Hard-fought battle by both these two teams tonight. The difference, though, the mistakes on the offensive side of the ball for Yorktown. 2 fumbles late in the fourth quarter. One over the head of quarterback Mason Moulton sets up the touchdown and the failed 2-point conversion for the Cougars offense. The second, a bad handoff to running back Aiden Ewing, who was phenomenal all game tonight. Again, another touchdown puts Yorktown ahead, puts Greenfield-Central ahead 35-30 to finish this one out. Hard-fought battle, a heartbreaker on senior night for Yorktown. Doesn't get much more bitter than that if you are a senior. To lose on your senior night in front of your faithful hometown crowd, but nonetheless a hard-fought battle and very plausible at that for both of these two teams. Huge performances made by Mason Moulton, Aiden Ewing, and Quentin Williams tonight. Mason Moulton, heck of a game, airing it out down both sidelines. Quentin Williams, a big touchdown catch to put Yorktown ahead for their first time in the game, the only time they would lead at that. They got ahead 30-23. Big night for both these two teams. Best of luck to them in their future. And if you want to catch us this time next week, we will be back on the road for another broadcast. Just a couple more left in the season before we head into sectional play. Next week, we're on the road. We're back at Frankton for the first time since we were there in week 1. It's Alexandria at Frankton, October 6th. That one will be at 7 p.m. We'll get the link out on our website to you guys as soon as we can. Then we wrap things up in 2 weeks with New Pal at Delta. That's on October 13th. October 6th is Alexandria at Frankton. We want to give a quick thanks to all of our sponsors who make these productions possible week in and week out. We couldn't do it without them, and we really do appreciate you guys and all that you do for us. Quick thanks to Yorktown High School for being great hosts tonight as well, hooking Vince and I up with some food, some refreshments before the game, making sure we were all good throughout the night as well. Great hosts, great atmosphere for some Friday night football. Thanks to each and every one of you who watched tonight, and make sure you check us out on the X app at INDHS Sports for clips from tonight's games in Indianapolis and up here in the Muncie area, and for future clips as we move closer and closer to basketball season in Indiana as well. You can also check out our website, IndianaHighSchoolSports.com, where you can click 2 links at the top of the page. There's the Muncie area and the Indianapolis area as well. Click those. QR codes are on the right. You scan those for live text updates, so no matter if you're at the game or on the road, you never miss a beat with your favorite high school team. We're going to go ahead and sign things off for Indiana High School Sports. For my partner, Vince Reimer, my name is Colin Eccles. Thank you for listening to another broadcast of IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
It's exciting Indiana High School football on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Tonight's broadcast is driven by Greg Hubler Ford and brought to you by Werner Financial, by Universal Roofing, by the Moore Shop, Genesis Sports Performance, Peterman Heating and Cooling, and by Dreyer Reinbold Infinity. Indiana High School football on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.